watch at each other's backs, you see. A duty of Mr. Poo Poo. And it ain't no coincidence that we landed high.
You ready for this, chat? What a lovely intro, huh? Okay, here we go. All right, on a 3, on a 2, on a 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 13. Lucky 13 of the Battlefield show here on Twitch Live. One of the only surviving Battlefield shows. Probably the only one, last one ever. But I'm here joined with a very special guest, the Poop Man himself, the mightiest poop of all poops, the king,
the mighty
of the Bloat Boys.
Thanks for having me,
Pooper. Man. Welcome, dude. How you doing, man?
Good to be here.
Good.
Pretty good.
Watch some football today?
No, I was I was thinking about canceling this. I had some laundry to fold, but then somebody's like, maybe you should do this. I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
That'd be fun, man. Shit, we're all cleaned up and everything and ready to go. Well, it's going to be a long conversation probably because there's a lot of things to talk about. Battlefield is probably in the worst shape it has ever been, especially when they drop a sack of poop, pretty much, to say the least, on us before they go on a month vacation. And they're back.
Wait, they're on vacation now?
No, they were. But they're back for the last 2 days or 3 days. But I haven't heard anything.
12-month vacation?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that for sure. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting in the basement of silence from DICE, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Because a lot of people are really pissed, especially on the forums and on Reddit and everything. So it's kind of a crazy mess right now. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about. But right now, I got some cool stuff playing in the background here. This is back in BF1 days when Poopy went 80-0, destroying these, like how he would say, idiots in the sky on Heligoland Bite. This was a very impressive.
16 minutes.
In 16 minutes. Damn, there's only that was only the first 10 minutes and you're already at some like 30 kills or something. But yeah, that you were one of the most feared Battlefield pilots, I think, ever in that game's history. And then a funny legendary person came around and maybe started messing with you. His name was the legend Matty Ace. You remember this guy?
Yeah.
A lot of
I think I messed with him a little bit.
A lot of memes have come from that man. And I remember there was this one clip, I think when he subbed to you or something. I thought that was pretty funny. Or a gifted sub or something.
That was somebody memeing, I think.
Yeah,
wait, so I don't know if I knew you back then, but you were saying like me or whoever I was with was like feared. Like what did you guys think about us?
Okay, so at that
flying?
time when I first I think I knew you before like ARP and all the boom guys, and I was an AOD at the time, and then we saw your name come up a lot in our servers, on the AOD servers.
Oh, okay.
And everyone hated, like I didn't even know who you were. I was just playing, and they're like, "Oh no, that fucking asshole Pooper is on the other team, fucking killing everyone. I can't spawn. They're spawn raping us. They're saying they're calling us losers 24/7. I was like, why are they calling you losers? Like, are they actually toxic? Like, no, they're just. And then I think I like talked to you later. I was like, why do you keep calling all the AOD people losers? Like, we call everybody losers. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. I was like, you guys are freaking out. All the AOD people hated you. They hated all the boom people, funny. And I'm probably sure they probably banned you guys a few times from those servers. I don't know.
Probably.
But
that's funny. I did call them that, but a lot of the times it was like I would get so annoyed that people would like sit and spawn and just get like the Burton or the Browning and just blast me the whole time. So like
Yeah.
At the end of the BF1 cycle, my whole like motivation was to just kill those people like constantly and just get them incredibly salty.
They got very salty. I got hella mad sometimes. I was like, I'm fucking out here. The boom guys are in here. Forget about this. So yeah, but
That's
anyway, to route the welcome everybody to the Battlefield show again. I'm joined with Poopy. There's a lot of NFL going on in the background. I know Oliver, dude. It's gonna. I don't want the Ravens to lose, but anyway, welcome everybody in from Enders. Thank you for the raid, and Martizi Bro with the host, dude. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We got a big show here. Okay, so I want to start off with something very important to you, especially in this video right next to me. Planes.
Oh.
Let's start off comparing Battlefield 1 planes to what we got now.
Oh, okay.
I know
okay.
it's pretty general, but yeah.
Before we get to that, because they were saying abandoned server. Okay, let me just explain that one. So
Okay, yeah. Okay,
a lot of people thought like me and my friends were hacking. So this one guy, like we got into a server and we're just murdering them, and he's like, I forget what he said exactly, but he's like abandoned server, and it became this whole meme because like abandoned server, there's hackers here. Poopy and Bateman are hacking.
Bateman, yeah, fucking hated Bateman.
I have screenshots
of
all. I have so many screenshots of all that stuff. So okay, you wanted to start like comparing BF1 to BF5 plane wise?
Yeah.
So
okay, first, let me word it this way. What made you want to keep playing BF1 planes? Like, why were those so exciting? And then go from there.
Oh, there's so many reasons, dude. Like, first of all, okay, I understand BF5's direction, and as like an overall view of it, like I get it and I respect it, but the way it's applied is completely unfun. So it's applied more of like a blend of a simulator, whereas like BF1 was just like pure arcade and just destruction after destruction.
Right.
So like BF1 vehicles are so much more fast paced. I mean, obviously because you didn't have like resupply points that you have to constantly go back to. You don't have as many like, well, maybe there was kind of cheese weapons in both, but it's just the pace is just so much different that it becomes like every strike now it's like it's like a 5-minute endeavor to just resupply.
It's
so
tedious.
The pace of it sucks. Yeah, just the speed of the planes, just the maneuverability, the weapons, the weapon balance, it's all out of whack. Like I did a whole like 10-minute video kind of breaking down everything.
Okay.
But basically, I mean, and the funniest part is like they watched my video and they're just like, yeah, I'm not going to do any of that. And I had like the best, simplest solutions to make it like playable.
Okay.
But they're just not fun, man. They're like I said before, they're like turtles floating in outer space. Like you just like like you turn and it's like you're on an ice rink and you're like, what? Why am I gliding like this, but I'm turned this way? It's ridiculous. It's not fun.
I heard the ceiling cap is also kind of goofy. I think in BF1 they added a ceiling cap nerf or something. I don't know what. It was all over the place. Remember when they lowered the ceiling cap and people were just floating in kind of midair or something? It was really weird. And then they ended up. It was for this map actually. I think it was. And they had to make it higher or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's just
BF5's
goofy.
BF5's cap is pretty terrible because you hit it and you stay there for like a solid 3 seconds and then you drop. So if you hit that and somebody's chasing you, then you're just dead because they're gonna annihilate you.
It's
and
like
BF1 is a little better.
Yeah,
BF1 you would hit it hard and then drop like a second later, but regardless, it's like it's pretty terrible for dogfighting, and it's just kind of corny.
What would you do for a ceiling cap? What would you do for a ceiling cap, like to change it if it was your game?
Okay, what I would do first of all is BF5 ceiling cap is insanely stupid. Like, I mean, it's as if somebody was creating like a ceiling But then they were like, I'm gonna bash my head against the wall for like 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna create a number. Because for example, on Panzerstorm, you can do at most 1.5 vertical loops. So that would be like you started the ground, you did a loop, and then you did another loop. You could go 1 and then a half. So in terms of dogfighting, that eliminates so many possibilities of turns. So what I would do is have something where, like, I don't know, inside of your plane, or there's some kind of alarm where you're getting close to a ceiling, and then from there it would slow your speed so that you wouldn't stall, but you would slow down when you got to this point.
Okay.
And then eventually it would be like a hard cap, like, but it would be a slow progress, you know.
What would that hard cap be like? Like a wall? You just explode and die, or
no.
like this, like the slowdown, or
just where you can't physically go up anymore, something like that.
Interesting. Okay, I guess I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's just
so
off the top of my head, I don't know.
Okay. So what about the combat? In Battlefield 5, like, how can you easily just start making it fun? Because it kind of seems when I'm watching people play or fly, the dogfighting is very weird because you can't really escape. But in BF1, I always saw people doing these specific maneuvers to try to escape people, and the dogfighting kept going for a while. But now it kind of seems like, you just, if he's behind you, you're fucking dead. Like, essentially, like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Who are you watching, or are you just kind of?
I think I was watching you, and I think Enders as well, trying out some plane stuff. But I mean, what's your experience with dogfighting in BF5?
Honestly, it's maybe slightly worse in terms of like a 1v1 survivability.
Sure.
And BF1 versus BF5 is it's a little bit worse for BF5. So in terms of like getting away and different maneuvers, actually it can be dramatically worse because there's free look, which allows you to see the person basically anywhere. So BF1 was good because it had a lower field of view, which means you see less around you, and it also didn't have free look, which allowed you to have like more blind spots and more do more defensive maneuvers to get away. Plus, it just being like quicker, like literally quicker in turning.
Yeah, wasn't there some sort of like turning, like a sweet spot turning where that's as fast as you can go at a specific speed? That was in BF1, right? Or was that in
no,
BF4?
But that was BF4.
BF4,
in
that's
BF1,
what I keep getting those confused.
In BF1, there was a whole speed glitch thing, which it was a broken feature where like you tap the brake twice and it gave you a speed boost.
Oh boy.
Like, you know how the planes used to have, like, you could, have your perk or whatever, or the loadout as a speed boost?
I never do that.
Yeah. So that was a whole different story where like I found out all these people were using it and not saying anything about it. And then I made a video and then got it patched because of that.
Oh, okay.
And then all these dudes all the competitive dogfighters, like half of them just dropped off the face of the earth because they were all exploiting it. So, okay, in BF5, you can get away. It's just what makes it so difficult is the fact that, like, if you have two planes on you,
okay,
you're kind of screwed because, like, the TTK with, like, if you do one loop in BF5 is like you can basically like instantly kill somebody before they hit like an eighth of a loop.
That's definitely not what you don't want to do a loop. Is that what you're saying?
Well, for BF5, if you're keeping that loop, that speed and like just speed in general, like you want a slower TTK, so you're not just like this floating boat where you just instantly kill.
Right.
Because like the other dude ganging up on you just instantly kills you. So it's not the fact that like the planes are such garbage. It's all these combinations of things plus the other plane, it makes it like extremely difficult. And but yeah, you'd have to change so many things for that to be like viable. But in terms of like a 1v1, it's not that much different from BF1 to BF5.
I mean, would it be an instantly better thing if they just add the plane physics from BF1 to BF5?
It would instantly make it so much funner. So many people will come back.
Except for the Elam Mormons. We don't want that shit, but you know,
the
anything
Mormons?
like the Mormons, like the type of bomber, the carpet bomber.
Oh,
because they kind of had
man.
that. They had that in the beginning where people would spawn in and they have a carpet bomber that comes in and will just annihilate the whole team and spawn. I remember that, but they quickly patched it, but they still didn't fix it. And then they patched it again, and it finally started working. People stopped doing that. I guess they added like a delay or something. I don't know. It's so dumb. Like,
dude, the funniest thing with that plane. Oh my god. Okay, there was this glitch we figured out, and like this other IDF guy, where like if you go upside down and you went upside down, and if you pulled like down, you would just instantly flip. It was just so broke. Because you remember when those things would die and they would just float down like a feather?
Yeah.
Well, you could do that so it would instantly flip. So I remember this one time, like this dude H Sniper, you might remember him. He used to like tank.
Yeah, he's actually a pilot.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Another funny story. He actually got BF5 like a week ago, and he instantly returned it. Good. Good. Dude, I got in the server or actually it might have been on YouTube or something. And this guy, like, I was watching him take video of him calling him a cheater. And Sniper was upside down in that Mermitz bomber, or whatever you say it, and upside down bombing people and just flipping. It might be on YouTube, dude. It's so funny, but it's just exploiting it so hard because it was such a stupid plane.
I have a clip for you here that's actually pretty funny, and let me see if I can bring it up. Some guy, you were chasing him. I think what was this?
Send it my way.
Oh, here we go. Here, watch it on here. Okay, here, watch this. Probably hear it.
He's big time pooped.
Here, watch this.
Yeah.
Back in BF1.
What the heck? Must have had a repair guy.
Elma Louise.
Just drive off the cliff? Oh my god, he's driving off the cliff! What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck?
Good times.
I killed him too. Oh, dude, that was too good. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. That's hilarious.
That's literally like 2 years ago. We were playing with Dr. Zeros. The funniest part is
I killed him.
Oh yeah, and he killed him because that's out of bounds, right? If I'm not mistaken, or like close to it.
He would have died.
Yeah, it's like silly.
Dude, there
shit
was
like
so
that.
many.
There's
so many funny parts from that like little section there, like the one time when I like rode under that and popped up and roadkilled somebody. I just roadkill people off that AA all the time.
Back
like
then, you also had a roadkill here. Check this one out. I think it was there's a couple roadkill on here. Let's see this one first.
Is this it? I wonder if I can roadkill this one. Oh, what's this?
Looks like in the same round, I think, maybe. No, it was in July. The AA guy.
Oh, I did it! Oh no! Oh! What? No! Oh my god, dude, that was amazing.
That was so.
Oh my god.
So brutal.
Dude, it's great, dude.
But he said there's another one here that you did a 4-man roadkill. You did this a lot. You did this a lot in BF1. You actually roadkilled me a few times when I was just running the middle of the desert and like boop, and I'm just dead. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
Fuck? Oh god, it's that poop eye guy again. He's in our server. It's everyone get out. You know. Here, look at this one.
Oh god, look at all these guys. Oh my god. Oh what? Oh my god, I got full roadkill. Oh my god. That's going in there. Street
Doink.
dude. Oh my.
But yeah, there's a lot of them like that. We'll watch some more clips. I got a few ones, some pretty good ones that we've seen before on this stream. But yeah, good times indeed.
That's funny.
But yeah, again, back to the. Go ahead.
I think my favorite one was on
Yes, Harp.
what was that map? What was that map? It was like where in BF1 it was a snow map, and it was like the mountains in the very center, and everybody would go to that and just get like bombed and crap.
I think it's.
Maybe it was Lupkow? Was that no, not that one.
No. It was something
Not
like
the one
named
with the
after a river. It was named after a river or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, the one with the train.
Yeah,
The train.
I don't remember. Maybe someone in
Lupkow.
chat. Do you guys know? Is it Lupkow Pass? No. It might be.
Yeah,
It sounds
I
like
think
one of
it's that
the Russian DLC. Yeah.
Yeah, so in that map, I remember this one roadkill where it was like at the castle, I think on like the G flag, whatever.
It's not Volga River, is it? Newport brought that up. It might be.
No, not Volga.
It was infantry and tanks,
Um,
right?
It's the one where it was like the
I don't
alpha
remember.
of the DLC where like streamers got footage of it.
Oh,
think it's
no.
Lupkow.
Oh, I think, yeah. There's like a big train on the other side. Is that what you said? Like on the far
Yeah,
side?
yeah.
And it kind of goes into like a tunnel as a bridge and everything. Yeah. What about that? That
Yeah.
was, oh my God, that was cancer. But yeah, go ahead.
So past that train, there's like that big castle there. And I
Sure,
remember
yeah.
I road killed one guy, and then like somehow like I bailed out of my plane and roadkill him, and then my plane was like just sticking up on the castle, and then I drove away. Like I flew away. It was like I hit the castle and then like straight on. There's a clip of it somewhere, but just some of the ridiculous
There's-
roadkills.
Yeah, there's so many of them. But yeah, you were really good at that
They were
too.
saying
especially
upside
saying
down
live.
roadkill.
Yeah. I wish I had more time to bring all those up, but there's some good ones. Okay, hold on, let me see if I can find another one here real quick. Oh yeah, what's this, the Tony Montana thing? Okay, let me see. Bateman shared this. I don't know, let's see if you guys can see it here.
Montana.
Let's see. Did you guys see his video? This is okay. Oh yeah, just some background here. This is on my stream. I don't know when this was. 5 months ago. Oh my God. And Poopy submitted this clip to our Discord to watch, and I was just reacting to it. I have no idea what was going on. But yeah, here you go. Did you guys see his video? He had a really good YouTube video.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of drama.
No, I don't think so. I prefer pussy.
Got you good, Poopy.
Tony Montana, you're my kind of guy.
Hey, do you like the poo
One
poo?
card
I didn't even
here,
see
and the
you.
other one is here.
Like, what the hell?
Hey, do you like the poo poo?
That's funny.
Maybe send it both.
No.
Tony Montana, you like the poo-poo? That was
No,
Firestorm.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
Firestorm.
I prefer pussy.
I look at the pussy, you know.
Good old times.
I don't look at the poo poo, okay? Holy Montana.
Oh yeah, I think the upside down one's on my YouTube.
I think so.
Upside
Yeah.
down roadkill.
I don't know. I'll have to find that. You know, maybe just link it to me or link it in chat. I think you can link it there.
Okay, yeah.
But one of the funniest ones that I remember is this one. It's titled, it was 6 months ago. It was with our boy Dingus Khan 69, aka Boca Boy. I hope he's here. I don't know if he's here or not, but this was kind of like a legendary video that we all watched a few times. And this is pretty much him blowing it. There's some sort of weird glitch in Firestorm where you guys we're all playing together. Here, check this out. This is pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Where are we going? Are we getting in the car?
Who knows?
Bro, get me out of this poop mobile.
We're going to
Oh
blue.
my god. Fine.
This is a legendary
what the
stream.
fuck, dude?
Legendary.
Oh my God, Boca. I'm driving through you. You're an idiot, dude. Look at you.
Bro, what does this fucking have?
Poor Boca, dude.
My hands were like on the screen in front of me.
Boki, you don't exist. Whoa.
What do you mean?
What the hell was that?
I
Dude,
don't know.
what? You did it again.
Oh, I see myself. What the heck? Yo, I'm having an out-of-body experience.
Smurf
Oh
was
my
there.
god, it's a preview thing.
I'm
to come.
inside. I'm inside of
Now's
you.
not the time.
Oh my god.
I'm literally inside of you. Boki. What are you
Bro.
doing?
Bro. Oh
Yeah, like,
bro.
I can see myself.
I was crying. I was crying
my
at this
body and
part.
my
This,
hands
but
are,
it
like,
just gets better
levitating
and
above my
better
body
as it
holding
goes
a gun.
along.
You're an idiot. Stay there.
Wait, can you move?
I'm in the car, you idiots. Drive.
You're in it.
Drive. Trust me, I'm in the car.
What?
See, look, I'm shooting my gun from the car.
What?
You're not moving.
Are you in it?
Bro, I'm literally shooting my gun from the car right now. Somebody clip this so I can see what's going on.
Wait.
I'm clipping.
Don't do anything.
Wow, my gun is shooting, but I can see behind me my gun shooting in the air, but I'm in the car. dude.
Shut up. Shut up.
No, you're not.
I swear to God, I'm in the car.
Stay in the
Somebody
car.
open my stream right now and look at this.
You're
Not
shooting, but
in
you're
the
not in the.
Are you in the
He
car?
has
No
Guys,
idea.
Drive, I'm in the car. Mike, you just killed me, you idiot.
You idiot.
Idiot.
Oh my god, he was
I'm
flying.
dying. Oh my god.
Idiot.
Oh, I got that. Oh, I got that.
Oh, you're cancer.
Oh my god.
Dude, look at his body. Oh my god.
You blew it.
Yo, you were,
Body went
dude,
like
Oh, now it's fake. Now it's fake.
you were floating.
You guys are
Oh my god. Literally crying.
Yeah,
Dude,
every,
that was
everyone
amazing.
was.
Give me plates right
So
now,
good.
you idiot.
Actually crying.
I'm crying.
Oh my
So
god.
many cry moments, man.
Yeah, that was one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen for sure. In your little escapades there on Firestorm. So speaking of Firestorm, let's get into that. What was your first
Okay.
experience in Firestorm like? Did it seem
My-
fun right away, or anything stand out to you?
I was like just confused. I think I watched a couple people play it, and I was like, "What is even going on?" And then I started to watch a little bit more, and I'm like, "Oh,
Gotcha.
look at that inventory system!" Like, and then I'm like, "Okay, I have to watch this a lot of times so I can like think, okay, this like maze of a thing is in your inventory system, and you have to do this and this." And then when I actually got in to play it, I'm like, "Oh my god, that watching totally didn't help. Oh my, it's worse than I thought." So like just looting in itself was was brutal. And what besides the point is kind of why I understand like why nobody even tried to play it or anything, because it was just
It was the first
it was such a
impression.
learning curve.
The first impression was confusion for you. Not a good start. And then when you start looting,
Yep.
when you kill a dude, there's just shit everywhere, and it's kind of like, what am I picking up here? I can't find my armor plates because they're inside the floor. The colors are all weird, and things are overlapping on each other. Like, how do you know? I would be the same way. I mean, you watch anybody play for the first time.
Bro,
It's just, it is confusion. Yes.
You shoot a man and he turns into a poo-poo piñata and he explodes.
Yes.
And you're like,
exactly.
what is this box? Like, why is this box? What does it even do? What gun is it for? And just everything was separated, and it was just like, bro, what? Am I playing a simulator? So
because
confusing.
it didn't really match the regular multiplayer, especially the new assets, like the boxes and the ammo. Like, nobody's seen this before. It seemed like another studio made it,
yeah.
which
So
another studio
that
did
was,
make
like-
it.
So that was a huge like turn off. But I was like, all right, I'm just gonna stick through it because it looks pretty cool, and it's basically 10 Hamadas, so we should be thankful. And but I mean I had fun shooting people in it. Like,
Oh,
at
you guys
first, I was
had-
like, okay, this is fun.
You guys had tons of fun, and still to this day, you guys are still playing it. That's why I wanted to bring up Firestorm. But I mean,
Yeah.
And right off the bat, like, what were you guys waiting for? Were you waiting for anything or expected anything to change in Firestorm?
Okay, well, first, even before this, I honestly thought Firestorm was gonna be terrible. Like, I was somebody saying like, it's just gonna be shit. Like, there's no way it can be good. And then it came out, and I was so surprised because it was a lot of fun to play. Um, so I mean, I kind of just instantly changed my mind, which is fine. Um, but like when it first came out, it was so much fun, dude. There was full servers. Um,
Definitely.
there wasn't cheaters, or I don't remember there being cheaters.
Not early on. No.
There, yeah, early on it was great. And then, um, man, it's funny because like they put out, or the studio who made it put out almost a perfect game, with like the exception of the looting system and maybe like small other little things.
Sure.
So, and then it's so funny because like through time, Dice just completely annihilated it to the point where like I actually can't play it today because it's just so bad. Because I don't know if you know, but they mixed in the TTK with Firestorm, so you're you're shooting, like, imagine shooting somebody 1.5 more times in base game, but then applying that to Firestorm, where like you'd have to shoot somebody like 20 times, and now you have to shoot them like 30 times. It's just Dice completely ruined it. Like, and that's just one example. There was one where, dude, I swear to God, like, you can't make this up, man. The one, you would kill them. You kill the dude, okay?
Yeah.
And instead of a pinata, you just get
Yes.
a pinata, right? So all the
Uh-oh.
loot would be stuck into one little clump, right? And you couldn't pick it up because at the top was the health, and you couldn't pick up more health than you had. So basically, I had this workaround where you would literally have to drop your entire inventory, then pick up the dead guy's entire inventory, and then drop that, and then collect everything. And it was just like, that was something that Dice did and broke. Just the one of the many examples.
That was
that they
Dice's
ruined,
first
like-
patch. Is that what you're saying?
It wasn't their first patch. It was like one of their later blowits.
later ones. Right.
Maybe like in the summer or something like that. They had other blowouts where there was like predators walking around, like,
Yeah.
where they were like
even in regular,
gray and see through.
yeah, even in regular multiplayer, we were plagued by that. Even the TTK now with the new TTK also went over to Firestorm, right?
Yeah,
What is that like?
yeah, that's what I was saying, dude. That's why I can't play, because it's so bad. Like, okay, here's the biggest issue with that. So with Firestorm before, and for most of the time, it was great, as in like the time to kill was great.
Yeah.
Because there was enough time to where you could kill a guy and the other teammates wouldn't be able to like focus on you. But when they put, like, now that you have to like 2 times as much, or it's maybe like 1.5 to 3 times as much depending on the distance. Now, like, that length of time is so long to kill the person that it becomes so much easier for just one person, let alone a full squad, to focus fire on you. And it's terrible. Like, and you see the same thing in base game, where there's just massive zergs, and you can't chop down the zergs because there's just not enough time for you to kill them and then get away.
Right.
You know,
and
like
that's
somebody
even,
else focuses
exactly. Zerging is a big issue when you change a TTK, or at least slow it down in any Battlefield game for that matter. Even BF1, it was a big problem. But you would think,
Yeah.
I was thinking in my big brain of mine, hey, if DICE changes the TTK for multiplayer, that's just for multiplayer, not for Firestorm. You would think it would be a separate thing. But for some reason, they didn't separate that because it wasn't even in their patch notes. So
No, it wasn't in their brains to
so
that
like
would
fuck,
screw it.
yeah, they're like, oh wait, we have a BR in our game. What? oh, well, who gives a fuck, right? Like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
The only idiot playing it
These
is
10
Pewpiepiepewper
people won't care.
and 10 people, yeah. So fuck that guy, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's brutal though. I've played maybe 2 times since the new TTK was in place,
Yeah.
and I just can't play it anymore, man. They've ruined it. But I had so many good times from there. So many good times.
Let's see here. Who submitted some nuclear? Was it nuclear? Who was it? It timed out. Oh, OG Smurf. Let's check out this clip that OG Smurf submitted here. Let me see.
What did Smurf do?
Seat switching roadkill. Let's check this out.
Oh my god, this is my chance.
Where?
This is my chance to dance.
Oh, do it. I'm following you. Where
go.
you going? Left?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I did it!
Oh, I got one. I got the other.
Oh wow.
Wait.
That back gunner is so inaccurate.
Yeah.
Did you see switch?
That rear gun, dude. Okay. That rear gun is disgusting, dude. Like I used to
Yeah.
just land in their base, and then okay, the trick with that gun was the first like 15, 20 bullets were inaccurate, but then after that it would become a laser beam. So I would just annihilate people. Like I would just land and shoot people.
So comparing that, what I've noticed with the whole back gunner and seat switching thing, I've noticed that as almost like an exploit in Battlefield 5 with some of the bombers and what they can do to infantry
yeah.
targets. Like I never seen
yeah.
I never seen you do it, but can you explain to me how
No.
those people do that? Like, you know, those what's that stupid clan? I don't remember the ones that always fly a lot, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So okay, let me
How do they
explain
do
something
that?
to you. If you use a rear gun, you should uninstall. Just it's that simple. But if you happen to use it, okay, first of all, BF1 was terrible with the rear gun, especially attack planes. In other words, if you have 2 equal pilots and like one is an attack plane with a rear gun and one's a fighter pilot, the attack plane will win every time just because like you can't catch the guy soon enough before like the rear gun kills you. Just besides the fact there's just so like you can shoot through the plane in BF1 like 360 degrees. Why? And you can see through the plane too, like the red dots, the Dorito boys through the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that's terrible. That's a whole different terrible. Now, BF5 has rear guns and you can upgrade them so they're more powerful. So basically there's a couple things that are just incredibly stupid. First of all, there's no seat switching animation. So in other words, you push the button and you're instantly in the rear gun.
Okay.
Which is just like the fact that that still exists today is just like oh god, like what are you doing with your lives, devs? Like what are you doing? Okay, so instant seat switching, terrible. Then the fact that like the rear guns and some of the bombers, they do so much damage. Like I'm talking if you hit somebody like 10 times in the engine, they're dead.
Yeah.
Just they're dead. So there's that, and then there's also the fact that like turning is so much slower in BF5 that, and you're also way more predictable in your turns in BF5 that it's so easy to track the plane with the rear gun, and it's just you can just like if somebody's on your tail, you can insta kill them with that rear gun.
Yeah, I never noticed it till later on in the game. It, like Nuclear said, I think it was buffed later on, those rear guns, but I don't know 100% sure. I'm not sure at all.
No, it was always terrible.
It was always terrible.
It was always terrible.
I don't understand the instant seat switching. Like with all these fucking animations literally playing the whole game.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that's instant? Like, bro, like can you fix that? Like these guys are murdering us. You know, using
it's so easy to fix.
The spotting that they what was it? The suppression spotting. Like they can pinpoint us now because you're instantly suppressed. And it's just a huge exploit. I mean, good on the pilots, I guess, for murdering all of us idiots, I guess. But geez, there's not much I can do about it, you know, other than like shoot my gun and shoot like marshmallows at you that do 0 damage. But I mean, at least in
Yep.
BF1, you can shoot those planes and cause somewhat of damage. You know, I've seen plenty. I mean,
Yeah.
there was an assignment in fucking BF1 where you could use an LMG to destroy a plane. Right? There's like some sort to like unlock something. So they got rid of that completely.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh
it's
yeah.
just
Funny.
yeah.
Funny story about that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, in BF1 they had a lot more options for you to kill planes, and I honestly think it was a lot more fair in terms of like AA,
Yep. Yeah.
AA trucks, guns. Like I personally hated the Burton. I love murdering Burton boys like all day. It's all I would just I'd see like a flash in the sky and I would focus you the entire game.
Uh-huh.
So there was a lot more options for people to kill you in BF1 when you're in a plane.
Parabellum. Yeah.
They had the Browning too. That was
Yep.
that was a good gun to kill planes. And in BF5, it's kind of like they have AA. The AA is like so toxic in BF5. Like it doesn't even hit you, but it hits you.
It used to be really
And-
bad. They used to like murder people, and then they nerfed it,
Yeah.
and now you can't murder anybody at all. It takes like what
Yeah.
3 passes for you from 100 to 0. I don't know. If they just seem kind of useless. I
They
don't know.
honestly should have kept something in line with the BF1 because in BF5, like oh man, like there's been so many times when I've just quit the flying.
Uh-huh.
Like because there was one time where the AA gun would go like 650 meters, and
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
650 meters, that's an entire map. Like for example, Aris, dude, if
Right.
there's one person on Aris, you literally can't fly anywhere in the map. You have to fly in the complete outside. So you're just if you don't have something to kill that guy on AA, you're flying around the whole map and you can't kill people.
Mhm.
There's so much bad balance. It's just not well thought out and like
Dude,
they
that's
don't
why.
care, so.
That's why I want to invite you on the show, because I'm so disconnected from planes and tanks, and there's been a lot of upgrades or updates and patches of all these things recently. That what I notice now as an infantry player is, holy fuck, these tanks and these planes are like invincible now. There's like nothing I can do about it. Even when the Fliegerfaust came out, which was a total fucking meme at first, and it was great. We were all happy because we were murdering. It was like, oh well, no more poopers anywhere, because you know they're gonna get fucking murdered by us infantry boys, and it was a glorious time, definitely a glorious time. But I mean,
I actually
what-
like the Flieger. I like
yeah, that was great.
even as a
Yeah, I thought
pilot.
it was fine because it was just a new thing and everyone was using it, so whatever. But over time, people will lose it. Use it less and less. But I mean, out of all these
Yep.
patches, what made you like definitely stop flying? Or like you didn't? This is getting really, really bad. Like they need to fix something. Do you remember like
there's
what
so many
really
reasons,
stood out?
man. Honestly, like every patch, I mean, I'm sure you know this. Every patch since BF1 has
Mhm.
been it's been hilarious because it's like you get to see what
Since
they fixed
BF1.
and then you get to see what they broke. Like every single I'm not even exaggerating. Literally every patch there's been
You mean
like a
for
bug
BF5, right?
introduced. BF5 and BF1.
Oh boy.
Like every patch. So I mean there's been so many things like that, like plane wise, that I honestly can't remember all of them. But
Texaco
now-
brings up one, the incendiary bombs. What do you call
Yeah.
that? Those are. Did they patch those, or because I don't notice that much anymore? The napalm stuff,
know,
you know.
they might have. But yeah, when I played that when it first came out, and yeah, I got a couple like 10 to 12 kills with those, like just with the bombs.
Mm-hmm.
They're honestly like they were pretty dumb. I'm not sure if they patched them or not.
I don't notice them too much anymore.
But I really stopped playing because besides the things we mentioned before about like maneuverability, TTK, weapons wise, and just everything, a lot of good pilots just stopped playing in general. Like none of like the competitive pilots like it. And now I really don't like to fly because the only people left who are flying are people who are in comms together and
Mhm.
who like team up together against other pilots. And it makes it impossible to do anything. Like if I was a new pilot, I would never fly because everybody just gangs up on you and like even me as an experienced pilot, you can't do anything about it sometimes. And
Okay.
it's just not fun. It's poo
Yeah.
poo.
Yeah. What can they do to really spice it up a little bit? Like like, do you think they'll ever touch planes, or it's kind of over at this point?
No, yeah, like I tried me and a lot of other people in like flying discords like IDF, they know some of the devs and they tried like talking with them, giving them different ideas and like kind of help guiding them. But like they don't listen to anything. Like I made a whole entire
True.
video about how to fix the planes and they saw it and they're like, "Yeah, nah, I don't think we're going to do that. I think we want to grease these people."
This is a trend, like with this new team at Dice Sweden.
Yeah.
They kind of seem like they're split in between, like, oh, we want the game to be like this, no, we want the game to be like this, a year after release still. And they don't really listen too much to their game changers, and when they do, it's easy stuff, like we want a fucking we want a baguette on a stick or something. Like, oh fuck, we want a crab rave. Oh shit, I can do that in my spare time. Here's a fucking plaque with a crab rave. Good fucking
crabs. Oh my god.
Diversing what they call it? The code, the Morse code and bullshit. Like, oh, yeah, we got plenty of time to do that. Here's a fucking dolphin. Here, that's easy.
Yeah,
we can do that. That's why it kind of seems like that's the game changers right there. It's like
yeah.
On the side note, my least wanted thing on my list is like, can you add some crabs? Like, that would be great, And they're like, of all the lists of important shit from 1 to 10, they're like, I'll think about it, I'll let you know later. But crab shit, like, hey, we got you, like 50 devs, like hop on top of that, real quick. Or, you want a, katana sword with some groovy etchings on it. Like, they got you. So I just noticed this trend of, easy stuff or anything that, when it comes to money, like the skins and whatnot, they accidentally release a patch and, oh my God, all the epic skins are up for grabs for company coin. And they're like, oh, fuck, press the button, delete, and then like a few hours later, it's fixed. Without a patch or anything, and people are like dying here. Like, there's fucking invisible people in front of me shooting me, dude. Like, help me, man. This is ridiculous.
I was just picturing like a big conference table of DICE employees,
yes.
And like there's video playing in the background and like Reddit on the side, and it's like the predators of BF5, just the invisible gray dudes just walking around. They're like, we have been getting lots of stories about the predators coming here. And what should we do about it? And some dude stands up and he's like, crabs. We need crabs. We need more skins and crabs. We're like, yes, something completely different. You assholes. That's why every time I see one of those things now, I'm just like, I can't. Like the shark. Oh, there's a shark in this map. Like, I can't look at it, man. Can't. Go on vacation.
Yeah. I'm sure they enjoy their vacations and their luncheons and all that good stuff, and definitely taking our feedback because revert to TTK is definitely not constructive feedback. And even though it's something, why don't they have forget. I don't even know why I'm getting to this because it's completely off topic, but I'm sure we can rant and rave about the TTK here pretty soon. But my God, okay. The one biggest fucking thing of complete silence is hackers in Battlefield 5 and across all EA games, really. Like, okay, you've been a champion of getting rid of these idiots and these cheaters all over Firestorm, and there's nothing but cheaters in Firestorm from what I can tell just watching your videos. and they're just plaguing all of Asia Pacific servers and OCE servers, and now they're filtering to US West Coast. It's just all over the place. Yeah, take a look at the Trello board. Yeah, with all the updates. I did look at the Trello board, and there's nothing in there anybody cares about. It's terrible.
Trello board?
That's where they that's where they put all their updates of what they're working on. It's quite useless, but anyway, or like what they're looking for to bug fixes they're looking at, things like that. But
the Trello board.
What are your thoughts on cheaters, and can they actually put an end to this, or what do they need to do? Like, pretty much.
Oh man, dude. Okay, well, a funny story. Of many funny stories.
Many funny stories.
It's kind of cool. I've been playing like a lot more Apex recently, and what's really cool is my friend Mist. He's a part of like this Discord with Apex, and the coolest part is like we can play. Okay, we'll be like streaming, get a couple clips of somebody cheating, and then he can go to that Discord and then almost instantly get that person banned if it's like provable cheats. That's unheard of in BF5. Like, you go on Reddit and you don't even, if you don't blur the person's name and you're accusing them of cheating, like, you get shadow banned. And it's like, you're telling me there's no outlet where I can go to where I have somebody who's blatantly hacking and get them banned? Like, what? So, like, first of all, that I think that's awesome that Apex even has that kind of thing, or even has a dev that like steps into that Discord and then like forwards it so something can be done about it. But BF5 has just been, it's been brutal, like so brutal, and brutal like to where people I've known have been cheaters. People I've played with have been cheaters. Running Silent, I'm sure you heard about him. He just got caught cheating by me and my friend Crooked. It's crazy, dude. So crazy. So many cheaters. And the worst part for me has been the fact that I played Firestorm like a majority of BF5's lifespan from like, I don't know when it came out, like April, March until like maybe like October. And dude, it's so much worse in Firestorm because it would be bad if you were just in a full server that you just got quick matched into and you're like, I just died to a cheater. But what makes it even worse is the fact that it's a battle royale, okay? And then towards the end of its life cycle, which was, let's say, 2 weeks into it because it's been dead for the entire span of it, there's like, it takes forever to get into a lobby. So you're waiting like 6 minutes to get in, and then you immediately get out because some dude's cheating. Some dude's holding a VGO or an MG42. He's just hip firing you across the map. Just and you're like, bro, I just want to shoot people. Like, come on now.
There's no like, because they can't tell you if they ban anybody. It doesn't seem like there's ban waves. It just kind of seems like nothing's being done, or it's at a scale to where we as players just don't understand it. And they're very secretive, which I get about. Like, we don't want to tell anybody what we're using because the hackers are gonna.
Let me tell you.
It's like, what?
Let me tell you this, okay?
Speak English.
Another funny story.
Somebody
sent me a clip or a video of this guy named, I don't know, let's just say his name was like Phantom 16.
Sure.
So, okay, the number in his name, and okay, this guy, he was just like, he was hip firing like MGs in Firestorm and just insta killing people, and it was just one of those like blatant hacks, right? And his name and number referenced the amount of accounts that he had. 16. That there was 1 to 15 of these accounts, and that he just got another one and kept cheating and kept cheating. So even if they have a decent way of banning, they still cheaters can always find a way around things. Like, even if they do the most hardcore thing, which would be like hardware ID ban you can always find hardware ID spoofer. and then boom, they're right back in. So I mean, it's crazy because like I played Firestorm its whole length, and probably like a good 7 months there was this one guy on the leaderboard, and he was cheating the entire time. And not just cheating, but like blatantly cheating. Like I'm talking 50 to 70% headshot percentage for each gun, like the entire span of his lifetime. And like, you're telling me you can't just ban, like, there's no way you can get 60% headshots with a Suomi every single game. It's not humanly possible.
No.
And the dude was on the leaderboards for like half of the game's cycle. It's just there's something so wrong with these dudes. It's like how can you not just ban them?
It's kind of seems like, well, I mean, a lot of people are thinking, oh, maybe it's some of the DICE developers that can actually ban people. Well, it's EA that bans people. Like EA workers ban people. Is that a correct assessment, you think? Because I don't think DICE developers can actually ban people.
I would think it would be something like that. But still, there
I don't
should be a
know.
connection to
Yeah.
where like EA has somebody in DICE do like expediting that kind of stuff. Like
They would
it's
have
so
to. I
important.
mean, it's a AAA title. I'm sure Apex has a huge team, just like when PUBG had a humongous team that banned like 1 million people in a month or something like that. Like that took some effort, and I don't see that in any EA game right now. To be honest,
No.
I don't
No, I
understand
mean, they
why. Maybe
do-
they don't care, like, or maybe they want hackers to come in because that means more money for them.
They
But
need players, dude.
they need any kind of dingus to come in here and wreck
They
their
need
shit
players,
so
man.
they can sell some, goggles or something, I don't fucking get, like, I don't understand it, because the reason why a lot of people don't come back or instantly uninstall is because of cheaters. Like, it's one of the
Definitely.
easiest thing. Like, hey, like, I'm gonna go play Battlefront 2, hop on first game, oh, look, I got Pew Pew and Ewok, and then all of a sudden the Ewok turns on me and headshots me and then kills everybody else on my team. I'm like, this game is stupid, I'm uninstalling, why would I ever come back, So it's the same
Yep.
thing for this. It's a new experience. The game's been out for a while, which deters a lot of new players because I have a big hill to climb and I don't want to put any effort
Yeah.
into an old game. That's why you get that first impressions are huge, because you want to get those people to keep playing throughout the whole life cycle. So it's just,
Yeah,
and now look
it
what they're
totally
doing.
turns off everybody.
Now
like,
look what they're doing. They're
um,
they're dumbing down the gameplay, making it easier for new players to come in.
Oh yeah.
But there's still cheaters everywhere, so it don't matter, right? So
Yeah, there is, to give them credit, there has been waves of bans which I have seen. Like generally what you see, and I think it's pretty consistent across games, is that you'll have a period where people like spread out cheats and they just go out like massively, like a poo-poo virus, and then boom, everybody's cheating, and then like a couple weeks after they'll figure out like their cheat, and then they'll have like a wave of bans. So like I would see that every month in Firestorm. There would be just like a mass amount of cheaters, and then it would disappear, and then it'd be a mass amount of cheaters. So I mean, they are doing something, but it's
True.
just like dude, like imagine there being one server of a battle royale game globally, and the dude keeps quick matching with you. It's like you just can't play it anymore.
right. Umbra Reload Gaming brings up a good point here. But Battlefield's played mostly on console, though. What are your takes on that?
True. Yeah. Okay. So I was following Battlefield's population a lot of the time, like around when Apex came out, which
Mhm.
was that like February, something like that?
I don't remember.
So it was sometime in the beginning of the year. So basically, like what happened is like right when Apex came out, I remember this because this is when I quit Battlefield, like of the many times that I quit Battlefield.
Yes.
Okay, it was like Apex dropped, and then like I saw Apex, I was like, it's garbage. It's a trash game. I hate battle royales. And then, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. I'll try to play it. And I hated it at first. Then I ended up liking it. So anyway, during that period of time, I remember like that week, there was this assignment where you had to do a ridiculous amount of things with the MMGs. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. It was like
In Fire-
MG42, like 5,000 people. I don't know. That might have been the quest.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
In Firestorm? Is that what you're talking about?
No. This was in base game.
Oh, okay. In regular. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
just one of those assignments you do for guns. And like everybody was doing it, but it was at the same time when Apex dropped. So during that time, everybody was using an MMG. I was raging, of course. I was putting holes in my walls. And
Okay.
and not only that, but like all the good players in Battlefield basically left. And like the population just like plummeted right after Apex. Like I remember like looking at the numbers because I was aware it was coming out and it was gonna like have an effect on the game. And it was like right after that, that's when I think the population of Battlefield has been about the same since that time, which is just like its core players still, with occasional noobs who drop in and then immediately get out because they're like, oh my God, I fell in the trash can. So
Yes.
like since that time, it's been about, I'm going to say this is PC for people ask or wondering. On PC, it's been, in America and peak hours has been about 2,500. And then on off hours, it would drop to like 1,000. This would be like concurrent players. So,
Serious?
which means, which means
How do you
you'll
get
have
these
anywhere
numbers?
from like, you go in the server browser.
Okay.
And then you
just
select,
on PC, right?
you can do this on console too.
Okay.
But you go in the server browser, then you can filter like if it's a lot of games going on, you can filter like each game mode, and then you
Okay.
filter each map. So you just count up the maps.
All right.
You count out like I count them up in my region and then globally. But yeah, you basically filter it so you can count the amount of servers and just, page down so you can easily count them. So you just count them as chunks. So like, okay, there's 10 sets of 64, 10, 10, 10, 10. Boom. Math it easy. Easy peasy.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and you can do that on console too. So it was basically like 2,500 peak hours, like 1,000 off hours, and it's been about that since that time, which is pretty garbage. For Europe, that was for the US. Like for Europe,
Okay.
it's a lot. Europe is a lot more. It's probably like it was like 5K on like peak hours, maybe like 2,000 on off hours. And in general, it's been about the same like proportion as BF1. So basically in America or in Europe, there's about, let's say like 4 to 6 times the amount of players there is in America. And then on console, it's about the same thing. So it's like anywhere between like 4 to 6 the amount of population. So, like if, I don't know, if it's like 2,000 in the US, it's probably going to be like 8,000 to 12,000 for US on console, something like that. But PC, it's been dead. It's been so dead. I'm sure you've seen it, like, because you play kind of late at night too.
Yeah.
So you probably see like in your area, there's like 2 servers.
Yeah, in my area, there's like 1 or 2 servers, but depending on the playlist they announce or that they have, the main playlist, like if like a couple weeks ago it was TDM, everyone was playing TDM. I couldn't find any Conquest or whatever. It was mostly East Coast or something, but yeah, I mean, recently because of the surge and all the new players coming in, and that the TTK fix and everyone want to try the new TTK. I've seen a lot more Conquest East at least. So it's I can always find something. It's just I keep running to the same people or same cheaters or the same stacker, the stackeroses out there of the world. So
there's no avoiding the stacks these days.
No, you can't avoid the stacks. I mean, I hate playing on East Coast servers because of the latency. Oh my god, it kills me, dude. I'm like, and it's only 80 ping because I remember in BF1, I get on East Coast, so no problem. Shit feels fine, but on this game, it's literal poo poo, like you would say.
Yeah, it does feel a lot worse, like ping wise, and like I get for example, I get like 14 ping on East Coast servers. For West Coast, I get like 95 ping. On Europe servers, I get like 100 ping. It's so weird. Like why?
There's no server. Yeah, the Amazon Web Service, which is what they use, I believe. There's no like servers in Texas or anything like, or any mid-country servers. I don't understand. They had that. I mean, for decades. For Battlefield, of course, you can rent from wherever you like, wherever the company had its servers, easy peasy. Now everything's controlled by DICE, but like, why don't they have it in certain areas? Why only East and West? It's probably cheaper, yeah.
Whatever's cheaper, man.
I don't know, but anyway, speaking of servers, let's get into the failure, the mega failure of RSP, the first implementation of it in Battlefield.
Oh,
did you take a look at that at all, or did it go
as
right
far as I know,
fly right past you? Okay.
I was actually excited about that too, because I was like, yeah, we're gonna get cheaters out of here. And then the first day it came out, I'm like, oh, there's one server up and it's in Japan, and that's the only full one. Then it was actually Gen Audis. I was like, all right, I'll get in here. My ping was like 150. I get in, I'm like, dude, everybody's cheating. I'm out. And then, dude, and like instantly, I'm playing with Audi. I was like, I'm gonna join on him. I get in and I'm like, dude, this guy on that team's cheating. This guy on that team's cheating. And they're like, oh. And then
they banned him?
After that day, yeah, they banned them from that server. And then after that day, I just remember never seeing a full server ever again. Like ever. I don't know why. I mean,
well,
I heard
why?
it was like
it's really easy. Why? Because it's not part of the original, or like the original list of servers. You have to click a button that shows only the community servers, or there's a big button on the other screen. Yeah, or there's a big button on the other screen that tells you how to make one of those. So it's like completely hidden. You have to like literally
even know that.
Think in your mind that it's, oh, I want to play in a community match. I must hit this button to go in there, then choose a server in the server browser. It's not on the main page where you press play. And it's not one of those tiles like for, oh, hey, a new playlist. Look here. Click here to play instantly. I was like, oh, it's going to be that. That's what community games. It's going to get its own tile. People click on the tile and they press play. Problem solved. I don't think they wanted that at all, actually. They're like, no. We can't make this better than our playlist, and we're going to look dumb, and people are going to criticize us. I don't think that's the case, but
that's crazy.
It's crazy, Todd. Like, why not make it good like it was in the past where people love that? And now you can build flourishing communities, and a lot of people are happy, even though we don't have that many tools at first, which we'll get later. Fine, you did that in BF1 too, but why don't they want RSP to succeed? Do you maybe have a thought on that?
Oh, yeah, here's my thought. There's approximately 1.7 people working at DICE, and they just can't get to it. Like,
I believe you.
I'm not even joking, dude.
Imagine coming back from vacation, right? And I see our beloved community manager is like, oh, I'm back at work, and he snaps a picture of inside DICE. There ain't nobody there. There's no one there. Like, it's just empty seats. And like the main lobby area where the at least the greeter would be there, nowhere to be seen. I'm like, what the?
he rolls in, dude. He rolls in with a suit and he like gets on his computer, boop boop, and then he jumps up and then he's got this zipper on his suit and he's like, and then he grabs a mop, he starts mopping, And then he's like, what the hell? And then you see him like put on a cook hat and he's out there cooking for himself. And you're like, it's just one guy. It's one dude doing everything. What the hire somebody else, bro.
It's like, no, they're working on the next Battlefield game.
It's gotta be, man. That's so crazy.
What
I didn't know that
next
about the
Battlefield
servers.
game? Yeah. So it's just East Coast and West, I guess. I don't know. It kind of seems like it moves like a few miles, like across a state or something, because the ping kind of changes every once in a while. It's really bizarre, but yeah. I mean, one zeros here says RSP. I don't understand why Tides of War is disabled when you can't customize server settings. I mean, I got an idea of why Tides of War. They shouldn't have said anything. No one would care, right? If they just said, here, play on this, and never mention that Tides of War is disabled, I feel like it would be just a little more popular. It'd take people, quite a while to figure it out, but at least, it'd be something. But I think it's part of an exploit. It's part of an exploit to protect their assets, especially the ones that cost real money, So I don't know, like 100% if that's the case.
Yeah, I was thinking it might be a lot easier to like boost certain things, like just like, hey buddy, come on this flag and let me shoot you in the head 10 times so I get this medal or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think it had something to do with there could be some sort of exploit there that would be really bad. I don't know what it is, but I guess they didn't have time to really patch it up. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of things that weren't thought through entirely. Like, well, if I'm making a community server and it's going to be in the server browser, I'm going to make my own title saying 24/7 Operation Dummies, and it's
like
going to be great. People are going to join it, right? But when someone did that, it only shows their name and the number of the Amazon server. And it says Boca Boy number 12345, and they're like, well, what the fuck? Like, what's so cool about this server? It's just stupid Boca Boy on there. Like, I don't understand.
Idiots.
And it doesn't make any sense. So I think why they did that is because they didn't have a time to include a profanity filter of some sort. And so whenever you make a server title, you can literally put whatever you want. And if that showed up, it would be really bad. I'm sure if people would start looking up like community servers as like, Hitler did nothing wrong or something. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I understand it's a World War II game, but we can't have this toxic environment. So I feel like that's what happened.
It would have fixed the entire game because you could have got rid of cheaters. That would. Wow.
I mean, not even because there's only one person. The Boca who would make the server, he's the only dude that can ban him. So what if he goes to sleep?
Oh, we just put him on a constant supply of 5-hour energy.
Yes,
problem solved.
I didn't think about that. Oops. My bad. But I mean, it's crazy because there was an article that they released for RSP months ago, and it had a list of all the things the Game Changer said, like. This is the bare fucking minimum. Listen, the bare minimum for RSP. And here's what you got to have, right? And they're like, okay, we agree. This is what we're going to ship day one, right? Part 1 of RSP, which is an ongoing thing. They're going to release this, and that. It's going to be great. And I'm looking at that. I was like, holy shit, this is going to be pretty good. It's like going to be at BF1 levels, right? And then when they actually release it, after like a little break or something, they had some sort of a break again. And they literally release about 4 of the 30 points that were like bare minimum. And I was talking to some of the AOD people because they use RSP a lot about to build their community, right? Have a home.
Yeah, I remember that.
And like they tweeted out, it's like, this is horse shit. Like, we ain't using this. Like, officially, we are not using this. One of the biggest communities in all of Battlefield. We're like, this is not up to our standards, and we are officially not going to be participating in any of these community games.
Yeah.
I don't know. They should have just
They're
kept
huge too. How many people do they have in AOD?
There's
Like
thousands.
massive, right?
There's thousands, and especially across a whole bunch of different games. There's at least 500 in Battlefield alone, I believe. I don't know how many still play this game, but yeah, it was pretty big. That's why I joined them in BF1 because I always had someone to play with. Then we ran to the Boom guys, and I'm like, hey, those guys are funny. I got the hell out of there. No, I'm just kidding. But no. So yeah, it's
And BF1 it was great, man. Like even with I
was
mean
okay.
I got banned from a couple servers because just from salty people, but I'd so much prefer that than just
Oh,
a
absolutely.
random dice server where there's just cheaters rampant.
That's why I love being in AOD so much, especially in BF4. We had private we had our own server, but if I participated in the clan, I can always get in that server and I would get like a VIP slot, And
Yeah.
I thought VIP slots were great. Like and then it would just kick a random or something to get me in there.
They always kicked me. It was always me
Yeah.
to make room for it.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was cool. That's like one of the perks of joining something like that. But all that's gone now. It's all gone. And they said bare minimum, you have to have the admin who creates it, and then you can select how many admins you want that can have privileges to kick and ban. They're like, don't release RSP without that because otherwise
Yeah.
it won't work. And they did it anyway, just to check off the box in the list,
Oof.
pretty much. And that's what Firestorm was.
I'm sure it hasn't been added still.
No, I don't even know. They haven't said a word about RSP or Firestorm. That's dead, I guess. So we're still
Yep.
waiting. We're still waiting, but here's an overpowered SMG gun. Have fun. Type 2A. The virus spreads.
Oh god.
But
Oh god.
so I wanted to talk about your backstory in gaming. What was your first Battlefield?
Oh, my backstory in gaming.
Too
Okay, well let's
easy.
just start with Battlefield. My first Battlefield was Battlefield 1. And dude, like my first game on computer, like FPS game, was, get this, because okay, all Battlefield players out there, get your pen. Go get your pen right now. Roblox Phantom Forces. Look it up. Look it up. It's a great game, dude.
Roblox
It's so much fun. The gunplay is great. The people are always smiling, and you get to shoot them in the face because they have massive faces. It's a god game. God tier. Anyway, I started on that first for like a month, and this was like before BF1 came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like over to my brother's house, and he had just gotten BF1 for like Xbox
my
or whatever he
God.
has. And I'm like looking at it, and dude, keep in mind I haven't like played or looked at games like since like fucking GoldenEye, or what was it? What was after GoldenEye? Perfect Dark,
Yeah.
the classic, bro. So I saw BF1, and I'm like, and it was that like the whatever, the campaign where like they're tanking,
Sure.
and I'm watching them like run over people and like shoot people. I'm like, that feeling when you're watching like Saving Private Ryan, and you're just like, oh god, like when the guy gets stabbed or something, you're just like, oh god, I don't know if I can watch this, but I kind of have to, and it's just killing me.
Yeah.
I got that feeling with BF1. I'm like, it looks so real. Like I feel like I'm actually killing people. Like I love it. So I was like, oh, I'm getting this game. And then, dude, I got it, and I'm like, oh, I am so bad at this game. Holy shit. Because I was bad. Like I had never played an FPS besides Phantom Forces, and even that I was just garbage at. So
How'd you get good at
like,
planes?
I was
What made you get into planes then?
planes.
Did you have
I got
history
into them
behind that?
No. I mean,
Oh.
I always liked planes. I was always like a nerd,
Okay.
and like when I was little, I'd make like little model airplanes.
All right.
But I always got like I would have been like a pilot when I was younger, but I get like easily motion sick, so that wouldn't really happen. um, but I never really played any like plane games. I did play like
Okay.
a couple like old flight simulator games
All right.
back in the 1995s and the 1994s for you youngsters
Oh man.
with
Back to
those
back.
Windows. What was before Windows 95? Like just
There-
Windows.
There was nothing before Windows 95, I don't think.
Whatever
Windows
garbage
0.
that was what I was playing on.
Yeah.
So well okay, at first before the planes, I was trash, dude. Like every map I would load into, and
Oh,
I would
was
get
it?
like
Yeah.
I would go like 0 and 8. Windows NT, there you go.
I don't know what
I would
that
jump
is.
in a BF5. I'd be like fucking 0 and 8,
Oh,
and be
God.
like, I'd be raging the whole time, dude. I was so bad, and eventually I just grinded to where like I wasn't as terrible. But dude, like I was like, but like when I first got into Battlefield, I discovered like, first of all, I was so blown away that you can play and shoot other people in an online game.
Yeah.
And this is
Oh yeah.
this
Same
sounds
here.
weird because
No, I mean that's
is
why
weird.
everyone plays FPS shooters. You're not the only one.
yeah, but I mean it's just weird because I was like 30 years old and coming into this realization that you could shoot other people in a video game,
Oh
and
my
then you could
God.
talk to them while you're shooting them. I was like, what?
Sound like a
This is
boomer.
great.
You sound like a boomer.
Yeah. So like Discord was like, oh my God, it blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I can be on somebody's team and be like, there's a dude over here. And or I can just like yell at them, be like, I hate you. It was just crazy.
Listen.
Crazy. So at first, when you know, like back in the first days of BF1 where planes just were so OP with like the trench darts and they would just annihilate, like slaughter
God.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody raged at that time, you know, it was playing on infantry, right? I'm sure you raged at that shit.
Absolutely.
So I was like, oh, it looks so cool. I wish I could do that. And I was at a point where I was so scared to spawn a plane because I look in BF1 chat and they'd be like, don't waste a fucking plane, you pieces of shit. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah.
just the hardcore chat of BF1. So I was always scared to get in a plane, but then I eventually got in one and like I just fell in love with it from there. I mean, I kind of just got good from like just like farming infantry and then like just random people, like getting my ass wrecked lots of times and then eventually finding other people that are good and playing with them. But that's how I kind of always started Battlefield. Like after the first month or two of playing it, like I was like, okay, I know how to left click. I know how to AD. So I immediately started trying to find people to play with. So like infantry wise and plane wise too. So like that's how I met like all these cool people like you guys like Bateman, Boom. It was before Boom. It was like
you were with
there was a whole
what's HACR? Like that clan tag. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. So.
Hacker. Oh, O'Day.
Is that what it was?
O'Day
Was that
too.
hacker or was that what it meant?
No, okay. It was O'Day, which was just a bunch of like casual kind of gamers, but we had fun in that. Dude, we had such fun times in that. Like when the BF1 servers came out, we would create like custom servers where like you could only use pistols, or it was like you could only use like certain guns and do like it was so much fun doing that. But wait, what were we talking about?
The hacker clan tag.
Hacker.
That was just for
No,
memes, I guess, right? I don't know.
That came from Vladimir Putin.
Okay. Oh, no.
So and that whole thing came from a while ago I got hacked on my Origin account and I'm like I try to log in. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell's going on with my account? I couldn't log in. And then I eventually like just started trying to get in, like contact customer service and stuff. And then got in and saw like all my shit was changed to Russian. I'm like, what what the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah.
I can't even read these letters, dude. So, so like, I don't know. I would just be playing with like, I think it was like Bateman and Harp at that point, and like I was just joking about like just this Russian dude hacking my account, and then like that's kind of where like Vladimir Putin came from. Or he's just like this Russian hacker who would just annihilate everybody and just be a jerk. And then I named my platoon like when I would play him to be hacker, which I forget what it even stands for. It's like Hacking Alliance Coalition something.
Oh my god.
I
And then
forget
and then
you,
into
though.
Boom. Then I guess you were in Boone during that time. How'd you meet the boys?
Yeah, so that was when like I met like Bateman and all those guys. Well, before I met like O'Day guys, who were just a bunch of casual dudes. And then like eventually I started getting good at like flying and stuff. And ran into like it was like Bateman and this other guy, Adequate, I'm a Moose. They were all like
Adequate, yep.
tank hunter whores at the time. And we would just murder each other, and then we somehow like connected through mutual murdering. And
Sure.
but yeah, I always wanted to like play with the better players to like, because my whole philosophy with gaming is that, okay, don't just try to be the best because you're gonna hate your life, because especially playing Battlefield, because it's just the most unfair game. And don't play when you have like zero skill. So like I always try to find really competent players who could also meme, because like that's the best times in Battlefield. Like when you can play great, but you can just like meme and joke around and have a good time.
The
So
whole part of it, yeah.
I always try to find players like that, and that's kind of how I hooked up with, I guess, everybody, like you guys and everybody now.
I feel like you influenced a lot of people. I mean, since Battlefield 1, and I mean from me, and then I started streaming because you started streaming before I did, and I was like, oh my god. So
Yeah.
and I met Harp off of that, and just started playing a lot together. But a lot of these memes and these euphemisms came from you. And I thought it came from like Boca or something, calling people losers or idiots or you dummy or you blew it, or I mean all this stuff I think came from you. I don't know, but
Wait, which one?
all of it. Did all of it
yeah.
all your, I mean, naturally hilarious, I would think.
It's funny because like I can't watch a lot of other streamers because it's like watching myself, and I hate watching myself. I'm like get me.
I can't help myself. Like, it's just too funny. Like, I mean, especially when Boca does it like every single sentence, or like it's like, oh, I'm blowing it. Like it's like, I don't know. It's just funny,
Yeah, I mean a lot. I mean probably like 90% of all the memes. Yeah, probably originated from like me, maybe like Bateman and Harp and that crew.
Yeah. It is,
but
spread
a lot of it was
lately.
A lot of it, yeah. A lot of
You
it
have
is
a
just
lot of
like
influence. Yes.
like just random things like throughout your life that you just like include into it. Like for me growing up, I always used to like, because I had older brothers who just beat the crap out of me, and they would just like call me losers. So like that was just natural, just calling people losers, because it's just like my brother would come home from school, be like, he would just come, it would be like Jack, like imagine like an 18-year-old 220-pound dude who was just like 6 foot tall and could just annihilate you. You just like bust through the door and be like, "What are you looking at, you loser?" So like that's where like that kind of stuff came from. And like, oh, there's so much more stuff. Like I used to be in a band a while ago, and and we used to work with like some like fancy up there people, like people in like the Bon Jovi crew, and there'd be like all these big wigs like talking their kind of lingo, and like back in those days, I was like, I've gone through periods of like extreme shyness and like
Sure.
just being a complete idiot. And a lot of these dudes, like if you get to know them, they have like this certain kind of like I don't know what you call it, maybe like swag or like
Sure.
like off-putting dickheadedness
Machismo.
about
Yeah.
them. Yeah, and so like even stuff like listen, that kind of came from that era where you'd be like in the recording studio and you'd be trying to like get this riff down, and then they'd be like, listen, I'm gonna need more of this from it. And you'd be like, all right. And then that would go down to like the lead singer, and then who was all like a shy kind of loser kind of girl, like at the time the people I was working with. And then she would come at you like full force, be like, listen, what the fuck are you doing? You're playing like shit.
Dude.
And like all this kind of stuff, like for me, you just kind of like regurgitate that kind of stuff, like in your own kind of personal way. But like for me, like I've met like so many people in my lifetime. It's like it's ridiculous. Besides like these last couple years, which has just been like me being a complete loser, like playing video games all day, right?
Normal.
The best memes come from just like getting out there and meeting different people. Like even this Battlefield community, like I recommend you go out and like play with different people, man. Like if you're watching right now, go find another dude who you wouldn't necessarily be dudes with, and go be dudes with them for a little bit. You'll get some. Yeah,
You'd
you'll
be
get some memes
surprised
from 'em.
how welcoming some people are.
Yeah.
Actually, like just meeting up with my friend Azier or Vengeance, who just subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. Vengeance, I just met in BF1. He was shitting on me, sniping. I was like, I fucking hate you, dude. Like, what the fuck? And I started like, chatting with him in-game chat. I was like, dude, why are you so good? He was like, well, shit, you want to play? I was like, yeah, let's play. He gets on our Discord, and sure enough, he's still here. So it's been like a year and a half or something, and you'll be surprised how many people you make. That's a good point.
So have you met up with a couple guys from like BF or like from Twitch and stuff?
Oh yeah,
you're out in like LA or California.
I'm in Northern California. Where are you at?
I'm in the good old Pennsylvanias.
Oh, so you're East Coast. Oh, you're up a little late. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep you too much, but it is. Hey, it's the weekend,
man,
right? Whatever.
I'm up until whenever. I don't care.
And then again, like I met Azier, and we started this whole community and the Discord, and it was just because we were just playing together in BF1. I was like, bro, like you always play with me, like let's just start something. I'm streaming. I just fresh out of AOD. Like let's get out in the world, start doing something. And sure enough, we're still here, and we're talking to a whole bunch of really cool people like yourself, and I mean very talented actually. Like I wanted to get your input on so many things, and we already covered so many things in Battlefield 5, and I mean that's the whole point of the show.
Baby.
Yeah, it's great. Just want to make the game better in some way. But yeah, okay. But
yeah, but it's like as much as we can like talk about what can improve and like complain about things, like dude, you have to play Battlefield with people. Like if you play it by yourself and purely by yourself, you will die by the age of 40. I guarantee you.
It's so much better. No, I mean, you see anybody just kind of stream by themselves. I mean, look at Ender sometimes when he plays by himself.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, this game's fucking terrible, like dog shit, right? and then he gets on Twitter, is like, okay, fuck this, I'm not playing Battlefield ever again without a fucking stack. And I was like, well, god damn it, where you been a year ago? Like this is the only way you can play with this, especially in the beginning when the game first came out, and like the alpha and the beta, it was all about sticking together and healing each other, because you had all the attrition mechanics put in that wasn't in Battlefield 1, and I'm out of STG 44 ammo. Give me ammo, you idiot. Like you need fellow idiots with you to play. So yeah, it's a good point. Good point for sure.
Yeah, the alpha was kind of good. I kind of like the alpha. But then it turned pretty bad.
I didn't like the alpha because of the audio issues, like not hearing where people were. Or
I forgot
that
about that.
triggered me so hard. I couldn't hear any footsteps. A lot of explosions wouldn't work. I could barely see people. Like the visuals were like, oh my god, like is that a guy in front of me? Like like the proning, the MMG was actually weren't that bad in the alpha. Probably because there was only one of them.
Yeah,
like,
nobody was using them.
Nobody was using them.
Jack Frags didn't put out a video yet.
No. The influencers definitely did not.
Damn you, Jack Frags.
Did you play the speaking of that, but did you play the new Outpost game mode that came out?
Dude, I played it last night and that's the last time I'll ever play it in my life. It's so bad.
I'm so on the opposite, dude. People are giving me super shit on like Twitter and everywhere. I kind of like it. I don't know if it's because I'm playing with
what?
This is crazy. No, but only on a couple maps, not all the maps. Some like Arras is trash. Like
Explain.
I fucking hate it on that. But I don't know what I'm playing with this new LMG gun. I'm getting I'm 48-9 for like 3 rounds in a row. I'm murdering kids. We're playing together, me and like 3 other people, like almost every day, and we're getting instant action. There's a lot of flanking involved, getting into like a car and going around, planting a bomb, building another tower there. Like there's always shit going on. Then we get like flanked by a billion different dudes, and it's just, I feel like there's just a lot of action going on. It's like, wow, this is, my score per minute's high, and my KD is going up. Like, is this fun? Like I thought to myself, like I'm not allowed to have fun in Battlefield 5. This is the worst Battlefield game ever made, and I don't know what it is, dude. I cannot explain it. But hey, when it gets challenging, like there's people that are competent that you're going up against, I get fucking mad. Like I get really mad. It's like, this is dumb. I can't spawn on anything. I gotta spawn all the way in the back. But when you're murdering, it just, I don't know. It's just, I think they did a really good job. Like, I don't know.
I had a different experience with that. And I think it's because I played it solo. This might be the difference, because
it could be,
when you're, at least the games that I played were massive zergs and massive like defensive holds.
It is. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
And like it just felt really like this applies for the entire Battlefield 5. It's like time it's been out. It just feels very unfulfilling. And I've also heard that from a lot of like really good players. Like it just like Bateman quit the game like a month or 2 in, because for that very same reason. It's like you could get so many kills and you just feel like unfulfilled. Like just not like, I don't know, man.
Right, it's not satisfying.
Other Battlefields were different.
Dude, I can see the satisfaction. I mean, even when you were streaming and had no cam, you can tell, like, just by the way you sound, like you were getting some satisfying kills, running over people, doing what you did here in this video in Heligoland. By like, you're probably laughing the whole time. I don't know, but it's just not.
You can have that sometimes in BF5.
Sometimes. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes, and sometimes it's rare that you guys are, anybody is having fun in Battlefield 5, and they want to bring that back. Apparently, with this whole sandbox idea or mentality, is like, we need to bring back what was fun. I was like, what? Did you not work on this game? With yeah, with what? With who? You and the guy mopping the floors? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it does. It just
bring
doesn't...
sandbox back. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, you wanted to get rid of it? Like, I don't. It's very mixed. messages.
You can't have the same experience that you had in like BF1, for example. It's like all of the little changes that were made in 5 like pulled it away from that kind of experience to where like now you can or well it used to be it's a little bit better since the TTK change, but before the TTK change like you could just laser people like across the map, so it's like you don't even
Yeah.
have time to meme because you can't run to this car because this dude's like just sniping you with
Lots of problems.
with an STG across the map.
Yeah.
But
I thought they
it's
should have just kept it, the TTK the way it was, and just kind of like lower the damage at distance. I mean, I feel like you can just nerf that, right? Like, not
Yeah.
rebalance the whole fucking arsenal like out of nowhere. Like, I didn't understand it, but what do I know? I'm just an idiot, right? So I only
You could
played
easily
Battlefield for
fix-
10 years, so
you could easily
do I
fix
know?
what they have now. It's just
yeah.
right now it's just a matter of like balance. It's just the balance is terrible.
Yeah, they tried in like a hot fix, but how much work did they really put into that? Just type some numbers into I don't know, a square, and they're like, okay, we did our job for the 8 hours. We're out. Fuck out
Send
of
us
here.
out to the test server, aka the entire game public server.
Oh man, speaking of test servers, what do you think about not having a CT in this game? Man, wouldn't that be
Oh, it's crazy.
quite helpful with your little changes you have in your cabeza? Maybe you want to test it out first before shipping it out? I think that's a thing anymore.
It's crazy, dude.
It is
I
crazy.
can't imagine having a game without a test server.
They like influenced other developers to make their own because of what they did for what was it?
Really?
I think Battlefield 4 had a wait, what was the first community test environment? I forget. I don't remember. It was one of those.
CT.
BF5? Yeah, no, it's true. That is a true statement. We are the testers. They want our constructive feedback. Hey, listen, idiots, we're gonna give you something you might not like, but let us know what you think about it, and we'll go on from there. That's like something you would say, in a test server. Now we've been doing it for a whole year. Yes, Battlefield 5 is the CTE. We're in it. We are the testers, the unpaid interns. And
you'll like it.
Yeah, and you're gonna make Battlefield shows, and you're gonna invite smart people on, so maybe we can, use your information to fix our pathetic game. So I don't know. It's just
dude. Remember
all
Incursions?
Backwards. Oh my god! I played it for like 10 minutes in BF1 and then uninstalled the patch or whatever because it was just I was watching people
So
competing. I was watching people compete on a live stream. Someone was shoutcasting it. And I was like, the shoutcaster's barely shouting, and there is nothing going on. It's like, oh, he got killed by a tank.
Whispercast.
And the game's over. Yay! Like nothing in that was exciting in the least.
Wait,
And
that's
then,
a good point.
yeah.
He says Incursions is better than the entirety of BF5. I would kind of argue that it's about the same.
Oh shit! Well, I think it's as bad as the unreleased 5v5 mode. Cause goddamn, I don't know what that was gonna be like. But they're like, if that's bad, and they had to put that in the trash. I can't imagine what it was
I
gonna
would
be
have
like.
played that.
Yeah, a lot of people I talked to on the Battlefield show, I've been saying that, like, I would play it. Why not?
Was it going to be like a COD, how their 5v5 was?
Something, yeah. It had a whole bunch of stuff, gadgets, holy shit, dude, do you know that some of the guns and weapons were exclusively designed for 5v5? And now that they
didn't even
canceled
put it out.
And now that they canceled it, none of those guns can be ported over to regular multiplayer because none of them were designed to be in there. So they would be either completely broken, like there's no assignments attached, there's no unlocks for it, there's nothing. It was supposed to be its own thing. I was like, you blew
That was
it.
great, dude.
You blew it. Like, It's not cool.
I would have
It's-
played that. See, the
Yeah, a lot of people
problem I
would've played
have
it.
with the problem I have with Battlefield and just kind of like that kind of
Mhm.
genre of shooters in general is that it's so mindless. Like you can't like there's no tactics to it. Like, and even if it is, it's just like, okay, we're gonna go to this point and then we're gonna go to that point. We're gonna
That-
flank this, and that's the extent of it.
Battlefield's an arcade
like-
game. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah.
They tried in like BF4. No, I think it was BF4. Yeah, BF4. They tried to make it a thing, like, or like BF4 or BF1's gonna be the next best. It's one of the community managers, some dummy. Then in the tweets, like Battlefield 1's gonna be the #1 competitive game in the world or something, and we're gonna try to make it happen. That's like where Incursions came in, you know. That's what they were hiding. So
Yeah.
and they were like, big eye roll, pretty much. So, yikes.
Oh man, a 5v5 would have been great, man. It would have been like, I like playing games where you got to use some kind of thought, which is why I like Firestorm a lot. Because
Mhm.
like, I grew so much from playing Firestorm, just learning like positioning and just like predicting player movements and then like where to go within those movements. That was like playing Firestorm like improved my base gameplay like so much. Like so much.
I can see that.
Just-
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Just even from just like aim, because you naturally have to like control recoil a lot better, but just everything you can put so much thought into it. It's great. It's like a little chess game, but you get to shoot the people and murder them.
Hey, it's Newbie Cakes. Welcome. Thanks for the raid. One thing I wanted to bring up here. The future of Battlefield. I know, right?
The
Is there gonna be the future? When they're gonna make a new Battlefield game. That's already been confirmed. We don't know when it's gonna be or what it's gonna be about. Is it gonna be a new Bad Company? Or is it gonna be is it gonna be Battlefield 6? Like, is it gonna be offshoot? We don't know, but they're gonna make it, and I mean they are making it right now. But
Tell them to
let's
stop.
just
Stop
say
making it.
let's just say we teleport from now to the future, right? We went to the future, and the first Battlefield 6 trailer comes out, or the teaser trailer. Like, how can we trust literally anything in that trailer to actually come true? Like, how would you react? Chat, how would you react to the first Battlefield? I can't see anybody not giving that a thumbs up in the YouTube channel. Like, it's gonna be the
What do
most
you mean, like-
downvoted thing ever, apparently, unless they change our minds in the next year. Like,
Well,
how are we gonna
didn't
trust
they
them?
hire a whole new set of people for EA and like
That's not for
like, isn't it
Battlefield.
gonna be a different team?
No, that's
But
Dice
isn't
LA.
Dice gonna be different?
No. That's Dice LA. It has one of the people from Activision clean up, the Respawn guy. or something.
Wait. I just heard
So
that
no
they were
more
gonna,
Dice
they're
LA.
rebranding Dice.
Just Dice LA. Dice Sweden's
Oh.
gonna be the same. Yeah, it's just Dice LA. So no more of that talent. They're
Really?
gonna do something else. I
Yeah,
think
that
they're gonna
makes
do I think they're gonna do a Star Wars game, from what I understand. So I don't know. That's a rumor. I have no idea. But Dice Sweden's gonna make the next Battlefield game. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no. Wait, they
You
made
just heard about
BF5.
this?
Oh no, I thought it was the opposite.
Wait, what?
You're crushing me.
Wait, go back. Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, is that true? Because this is what I thought. I thought Dice was being rebranded, and the Sweden branch wasn't going to develop BF6 or whatever's next. But
No,
if you're telling me that's the opposite, then
what OG said, Dice LA is separating from Dice Sweden. Yes, they're under new leadership. They're going to be
Ooh.
rebranded.
Well,
That whole studio.
all I know is that if anybody who is involved with BF5 is now on BF6, that's a huge mistake. 'Cause
Right?
there's been
Like-
so many people who have blown it in that dev team. So
Yeah.
like, whew.
So that's why I
The
say
best-
to you, that's why I say to you, like, how are you gonna react to a Battlefield 6? Like, just blow it
I
off like,
mean,
oh, it's trash. I already know it because it's the same people who worked on this game.
Well,
I
I
know.
mean, me personally, I always have like my like I guess prejudices and things I think will happen. But I mean, I'm all about just changing my opinion right when it comes out. Like for example, I thought Firestorm was gonna be terrible. I played, dude. That's all I played for like 8
Yeah.
months. I
Yeah.
thought Apex was gonna be terrible. That's all I played for like months. So if it's a good game, I'll
Yeah.
like right now. I'll be like, if anybody works on BF6 that worked on BF5, it's gonna be trash. But if it comes out and it's great, I'll be like, okay, it's good. I was wrong.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, are they gonna? But again, BF5 is now gonna be continually being developed for the next year and a half, or even 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Could they change their
I'm
mind like they
very-
did with BF4, to where BF4 was absolute garbage at first? It didn't work, but then Dice LA came into the rescue, gave us a CTE, and fixed everything. And we changed our
Yeah,
mind. BF4 is like one of the best games ever. You know, that kind of mentality. Do you think they can
I'll
even? Is
always
there
be
hope?
skeptical. There's never hope. Let's face it. I'll listen. I'll always be skeptical, and I think nobody during Battlefield's next upcoming titles or any game in general should be like pre-ordering or any of that kind of stuff. Like, just don't, man, because it's been so many times when people have blown it for like pre-orders, like the game developers. Only reason I pre-ordered was so I could stream it for people.
True. Same.
And
Same. That's why a lot of people did. Much.
but always be skeptical, but always be open-minded. That's my whole feeling on that. But like, I mean, if they turn it around and the game becomes amazing and like they start doing good things
That's
through
what
the
I'm-
next course of continual CTE development, then I mean, I'll still remain skeptical for the next Battlefield, but I mean, I might be less skeptical. I think that's kind of healthy.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Like, in the next 2 years development, this could be the next good game, like good Battlefield game. And which really sucks, because I say this all the time for all Battlefield games. They come out shit, and then a year and a half later, they're fucking great. Like, why can't you do that at first? Like, go through
Yeah.
all that in, at your company, not in the public space. Again, if you're now that they're given so much time to work on the new Battlefield game, like, enough is enough. Like, make a good game at launch. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Why can't you do that and then work from there? Look at Apex. Game was fucking brilliant. There's almost no bugs. It ran really well at launch. They put in
Yeah.
all that hard work. EA let them do whatever they wanted, and then wha-bam, you made $1 million in a day, like, or however much money. Like, wow, that's why it was like a huge thing. But I wish Battlefield could do that.
I think part of the problem, like these devs, is that like I feel like they don't have balls, like integrity balls. And as much as like you want them to listen to it, like I want a dev team who's like, this is the vision, this is the game, play it or get out. And but
Yes.
not in terms of like
Well,
there's gonna be
wanna blow
female
it.
players. If you don't like it, then get out. Like that's a whole different type of blow it.
Yes.
Like have integrity with your and because when you have like integrity like that, it means you have something solid. When you're
Yeah.
constantly asking for like, oh, where should we go with this? What should we develop with this? I mean, like you don't know what you're doing, and it's so. I mean, it's glaringly obviously with Battlefield franchise right now. They don't know what they're doing.
Mhm.
But I'd much rather have a team who's just like, this is the way it is. This works in our opinion the best, and you can get out if you don't like it. And that would be great because they'd have a good product. But
Yeah. Exactly. So that's why I brought up the question. How are we gonna react to Battlefield 6? Like when it comes out? Are they gonna convince us in time? Now that they have time, like maybe there's no time for. Of course, there are gonna be bugs. Like I mean, that goes for any game, no matter how many years you put into it. There's always gonna be bugs and glitches. But man, if you can have a solid release with like, you know, the bare bone tools to get everything going to build communities. But hey, just tell us if you don't want us to build communities, we won't build communities. Like we're just say no, we're not gonna have a fucking RSP. Stop asking. Stop, you know, just stop. Stop asking. We're not going this direction. Don't leave it up in the air saying, oh, we have an announcement of an announcement in 2 years of another announcement saying, oh, hey, we brought RSP. Here's this piece of shit. And they just lay it right there on the table and like, dude, this smells. Like, I don't like this. So it's something like that. You know, like I've had enough. I had enough of that. Like, how am I going to trust anything in this Battlefield 6 trailer? You know, especially when you show me the first Battlefield 5 announcement trailer. My God, like I was watching some big streamers react to it and they're like, wait, this is World War II? Like, it was like, I thought it was like an alternative war. Like, look at the lady with the arm. Like, this is a steampunk era. This is going to be awesome, right? And then when the chat started saying, no, this is seriously just World War II. Like, legit World War II. And they're like, I don't understand. It's, again, like your first impression on Firestorm was confusion. And that's something that they cannot have going forward into the next game. It needs to be, this is what we're doing. This is going to be the TTK. That's it. Like, here we go. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I want that kind
I think
of
for the
direction.
veterans, they're just they've been hit, and I don't think the trust is going to come back with the veterans as far as like new upcoming Battlefields. But
they're going to have to
even
show
with
it,
saying
you know?
that, I do believe if they genuinely have an amazing, that people will jump onto it. But it's like to even the veterans who are like maybe hate the devs or just are extremely skeptical. But then again, I'm like, I don't know, man, because like in my opinion, I think they pushed this whole entire series because this whole series was made, Battlefield 5 was made because they wanted to blend the popularity of games like PUBG into Battlefield. So that's why you saw attrition. That's why you saw like all these mechanics, like revive mechanics, slowing everything down. Everything was catered towards that audience.
Yep.
And none of that audience came to Battlefield. Like, I mean, some of them came.
They tried it.
But
they tried it.
Yeah, and the whole thing was built around Firestorm. But like it got pushed off so far. And then it was money. You had to pay like $60 to get it. Like right before Apex dropped, which was like free, and like all the other battle royales were free to play, or like Fortnite was. And so it's like they pushed this dead thing out, and they made the whole entire game revolve around that, and they made like every bad decision towards that. And even though they brought out even though they brought out what I thought was a near perfect game, which is Firestorm, as much as like you may hate battle royales, I think it was just near perfect. But it was $60 in a time when like battle royales are free, or just at least standalone.
We were yelling at them
And
like, make it free, make it standalone, and they're no.
So I believe like even if they do put out a perfect game, I don't know if I could even trust them like on a market term to attract people to get. I really feel like Battlefield is just it's gonna die. Like I'm not very optimistic about the
I was
population growing
Yeah,
at all.
I was kind of sad when they announced they're going to continue supporting Battlefield 5. Doing that and making a new Battlefield game, continuing the Battlefield franchise. It kind of made me sad. I was like, fuck, dude, like there's no time. Like the talent's not there anymore. It kind of seems like they want to sink their own ship. Like that's the feedback. I mean, that's all I see is negative feedback. But I thought they had something good going, man. When they released the Pacific, it just is nothing but praise.
Yeah.
Everything was good. You brought back some elite stuff that someone mentioned in here, and katana, flamethrower. Like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Invading Iwo Jima on the beach. Shit was good. It was good. And then Christmas came around, and everything's bad now. They did it to themselves. We didn't do nothing. We were just like, giving them presents and love, and we were sorry for calling you idiots. But then they're like, fuck you. We don't know. We want to go this direction. I'm like,
Yep. I really didn't even think that those maps were that great. I did think they were better. Like, honestly, I think basically all the maps in Battlefield 5 are pretty bad. And mostly because they kind of don't match with the mechanics of the game. Like everywhere is just flat. And this is also why I love Firestorm too, is because the map design coupled with like the gun mechanics was perfect. Because like you had decent
the ones
cover.
that they chose, the guns that they chose. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, well, you even had you had decent cover, and then you could run across fields without getting murdered. Like the worst thing about a game is like playing COD and just like peeking and just insta dying. It's like, oh, okay, that sucks. So like, all the maps, even though there might be an okay map design, which there kind of isn't. Like maybe the Pacific, there's some okay parts of the maps, but even if there is that, it's like if you match that with the gunplay and like the TTK, it sucks. It just doesn't feel right.
That
Like,
was a whole nother studio.
Like more cover.
You agree? It felt like a whole nother studio made Firestorm, right?
Oh yeah.
You can tell. That's probably why you liked it so much.
Yeah.
It's weird, right? How that it's a thing. It just happens. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh, somebody was saying like, what is there even a reward for winning Firestorm? There is no reward, but honestly, the gun fights in themselves are so much more rewarding. Like I remember so many more gunfights from Firestorm than I do in base game, because it's just like I see a target, shoot. I see a target, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the reward in itself.
Yeah, Footsteps made their debut actually on Firestorm. I remember that.
Oh yeah, dude. And the footsteps are great too.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is awesome.
You can hear everything.
Awesome. I was like yelling at them. I was like, dude, put that. Hey, Criterion, right? That's what people who made it. Put that into our regular multiplayer, and I'll give you a high five. Like, let's go, dude. Like, this is great. And then when you win when you win a Firestorm, it's literal silence, especially if you had the music off. And I was like, well, that wasn't rewarding at all. I was like, I just fucking killed 12 people, and the end of the round is complete silence. It was like, did you not win a game while you were testing? Like, it's crazy. But now it's a little better. Things are flashing in your face.
Yeah, I don't even care about that though. Like, think about a base game. What's your reward for like capping a flag or winning the game? Like, nothing really.
Yeah. Do you think the next game will have a Firestorm? Or do you want them to?
What? That I'd say. I mean, if they did, they're probably gonna make it like pretty soon. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know like how battle royales are doing right now. Like
not a trend anymore.
yeah, I don't know if they're like as big of a trend or a trend, so I'm not sure if they would do it because I mean that's the whole reason they did Battlefield 5.
Yeah.
If they do it, I think I mean they'd be so dumb to not release it as a standalone again. Um, that would just be a huge blow it. But as far as I know, whatever they do or are gonna do, there's gonna be massive blow. I can assure you.
True. But yeah, someone said here in chat, Dice seems to be designed to kill BF5 off. I kind of think so too, but these people really like I don't really know them personally, but the people I know that know them personally, they really love Battlefield and they don't want it to die. So I kind of go against that. I think a lot of the people who work there like really put work in, and you know, there's rumors that the Frostbite engine is hard to work with. I don't even know if that's true or not, but you know, Dice is one of they have the best designers like in the world, like the best artists I've ever seen in any game. What they did with Battlefield 1, like the way they designed things and made it sound and look was something like people have never seen before. And the amount of like skill, design, immersion, the smoke, like all that shit's kind of like unprecedented in any other first person all out battle games. And there's really not much to do. So I don't think they want to kill their own game off. I really don't. But
that's kind of like a joke. It's like they make all the bad decisions. You think they want to to be dead.
Bad Company 3. Bad Company 3 would have been super hype because people know that game. Like people that are still playing Battlefield would know what Bad Company is still to this day. It's not that old. You know, it's still an old game, but it's not that old. It's still in the Frostbite. It was the first Frostbite engine game. And people just, man, that was like a new direction for DICE. It was huge. And it really put them on the map, you know, this Frostbite engine. And now it's taking them off the map. Their own engine is taking them off the map, which is really sad. It's just fucked up, right? Like, EA is like, buy. And now EA is like, fuck, we need to sell immediately. Like, it's not going good. Because, like, why wasn't Apex made on Frostbite? That's a good question, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Bad Company 3 would have been good. It was rumored back in the day, but I'm afraid to say, Mr. Sispada, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but yes, I think they canned it. I don't think Bad Company 3 is coming. I think it's going to be a modern game, straight up, and it's going to be just like a regular Battlefield game, just modern. So, I think that's what they have to do. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree.
Where will Battlefield 5 be in a year? Dead. Topic discussed. Topic discussed. No, I don't know, man. Oh God. So like, when DICE is in trouble, or like when, you know, like now, they're usually really quiet, right? And they let the community managers run amok, and you know, the community managers email the people at DICE, are like, this is the list of shit that they want you to change, and then it's just silence after that, right?
Right.
This is where we're at right now. This is a really sad part when everything's silent. Either they're working on something really great or not, because they used to hype up when it was silent, like before the Pacific came out. There was a lot of hype around the community managers, like, I can't wait to fucking show you what we're doing. Oh, just the announcement of announcements on Twitter everywhere. Announcement. Oh my God, right? Oh, hey, guess what? You know, this shit's coming. I'm fucking hype, right? It got nuts, right? And then they released it. Everything got hyped, right? Things were looking good. But now, bro, like, when we have no idea where they're going. Like, we have a leak from some dudes who look through the code. Like, that's our only hype we got, is like Mr. Temporal, who I tried to get on the show. Maybe I'll try again. Like, that would be hype to get to know what's coming up next. There's no roadmap. It's just like we're gonna get a jungle map in who knows when. Like it sucks, man. It sucks.
True. Yo,
It sucks.
where's all like it still doesn't feel like a World War II game. Where's like all the different countries?
Russian things. I don't know, man. Like they don't tell us things, man. It sucks.
Yeah, I want more. I
want-
want like
Yeah, but do you want more? Like
no, I don't.
do you- Yeah, like the fact that we
Oh.
just got the M1 Garand like not too long ago. Like people remember that. It's just mind-boggling. Vengeance, do you
Yeah.
do clip review on the show? Sometimes I do. We watch some clips at the end. Speaking of clips, we should watch this Firestorm clip of you here doing something really crazy to some people. Let's just watch this here.
Send me some.
I put it in the general chat.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. I think you were setting a trap here.
What is that? It's a game? It's a game called
Yeah,
You Blew It? Oh
I
my
get
god.
Dude,
awesome.
nobody's gonna see this. I'm burying it. I'm burying it with ammo.
What?
Oh, there's like 8 mines under this MG ammo.
Oh no.
Oh,
Giant.
goes over it. Dead.
They don't even see that.
Guyan's a dead. Ah! Yeah, there's a tank coming! Come on, buddy! Yeah!
Oh, you down too?
Oh my god.
Yeah!
Bruh.
Oh my
monster.
god!
You're a
Oh,
genius.
dude, the timing on that. Oh my god.
Next level.
Dude,
Just stuff like that, you can tell, like,
It's so
just
good,
having a
dude.
blast. That was an ingenious trap right there, putting all those
yeah.
down. And they
Dude,
fell
there's
for
so
it
many
quick.
good clips from that.
Let's see
What's
if there's,
that?
I had another one here, I think. Did we play this one
Oh, there's
already?
so many, dude. Oh god, look at all
Yeah.
so
Oh,
many
you did
good.
that
I
one.
have so many like clips I have to like make into videos still that just from months ago.
Oh, here we go. Dummy turtles. Here, this is cool. I always like this. See. More Firestorm
Coming from
action.
behind you.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get wrecked, you loser. Dude, get murdered! You idiot! You idiots! Oh my god, dude. They just popped up like little dummy turtles. Oh my god, dude.
Hear Vile Nuclear in the background just losing it.
Nice call, Poopy.
Oh man. Yeah, you should have seen that, dude. Oh, you gotta
Oh
show
my
a clip of me blowing myself. Oh my god, dude. That is a hilarious one. That's funny because
Yeah.
that reminded me of that too.
The dummy turtles.
Oh my
If
God.
you guys got a good clip
Let me
of
see if I can find
Poopy, put him in the chat here. Let me see if I can find some more clips.
I'm sure Godly has it somewhere, dude. It's so funny. There's one with this dude.
Your highest one
What
is
was his
something with
name?
Ego Binary. What's that? The hacker guy, right?
Oh, remember Binary, dude?
I do. I mean, I wasn't really involved in that since I was in AOD at the time, but I heard you guys talking
Dude.
about him a lot.
He was the most hardcore hacker this game has ever seen. Like he literally made his cheats. Like, oh man, he followed around Adi for a while and like posed as him and like hacked him, just
Oh, Jesus.
calibrating people across the map.
We've seen some
He
crazy
had-
people even follow us. I mean, nonstop
Yeah.
the whole day, 8 hours, multiple streamers, like just inhuman things. But
Yeah,
yeah, Binary
was
quite a
the
thing.
worst.
It was the worst of the worst. Let's see. What is this? What did Bateman say? Let's just watch this thing here.
Somebody just run across the desert, like you have goals in life and you want to fulfill your dreams.
Poopy has a good
I
YouTube
wanna
channel.
run
Don't
over
forget to check it out.
upside down. Where'd that guy go?
A lot of goofiness.
Oh, what's this one?
Oh, this is what you were talking about.
No! Oh my god, I did it! Oh my god, I went to
We survived.
No way.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah,
What?
Everything's better in slow motion. I see.
A world's first upside down roadkill.
Jesus.
Dude, you have no idea how hard that is.
Okay.
And I
I'm re-
skimmed that car too.
I'm very interested in this binary clip. It was 2 years ago. I don't know. Should I play it?
I don't even know what it was. I don't know if I'd play it.
I don't know if I'm
It
playing
might
it.
be pretty toxic.
Yeah. But
It's probably just them cheating though.
oh, it's 13 seconds. Oh fuck it. Let's just watch it muted first. Oh my god.
Oh, I remember this.
You do? Is it safe?
Oh, this is.
Oh,
I don't think it really
Chance.
showed much,
It didn't
but
say-
it's when he had this one cheat where he had all the loadouts in one
What's up, man?
plane. So like he had like rockets, he had like speed boost, he had instant repair, all in one plane. I'm like you.
What?
I don't
Let's
know
see.
why that's like my top one though. It's weird. What the fuck?
What?
Oh my god, dude! I think he has speed boost in the fucking in that plane. Wow, and he just fucking.
I don't know. Okay. Speed boost, that's what we were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, he had all the loadouts in one plane, dude. He had the craziest hacks. He literally just did anything.
But he fell off the face of the earth pretty much, right? Like, you guys haven't heard from him in a while.
I think when BF5 came out,
Hmm,
I don't know what happened to him.
yeah.
Who knows?
A lot of good shit. Yeah, in the intro, that was Poopy's NVIDIA what do you call your submission for a contest, right?
Oh yeah, the video that lost.
The video that lost.
The hottest video that lost.
How long did it take you to make this?
Bro, this took me forever. You have no idea.
You edited it by yourself?
Yeah, I did
Damn.
everything. Dude, it took me forever to get all this footage because I wanted to like
That's why I said maybe.
I'm telling you, dude, like there's a conspiracy against me. Like somebody saw my name and they're like, Pewpiepiepewper, fuck this guy. I've seen him on
Yeah.
Reddit. I've seen him on YouTube. He's a piece of shit.
He's
Because,
toxic.
dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, I don't want to be a jerk, but I also want to be realistic. Like the other videos that won were just like normal videos, and like I made this whole video because I wanted to first, because it was an NVIDIA 2080 Ti contest and it was displaying the graphics. I wanted first to have it like something good quality. Second, to display all the different things in Battlefield. Like, so you see me going through each of the guns or like
Yeah.
the most popular guns.
in
all
the
different
Pacific.
vehicles.
In the Pacific too.
Yeah. It was based on like the Pacific maps and like basically highlighting these maps. So, so they could just like get new players
Nice.
in, whatever. Roadkill
Nice,
people.
yeah, nice
Dude,
roadkill, yeah.
MGing people. So dude,
Yeah.
and then I just
Yeah.
like
I see what you're doing. I see
wrote
what
like a
you're doing.
meme. Just wrote like a meme
there's-
script to it.
Yeah, there's voiceover. Let's see.
I mean, I had an even harder meme script to it, but it was.
I think it was like earlier on.
Scared ain't a word you understand.
Yeah. Here you go.
I was alive. Existing as a shell of a man.
I can barely
What do
understand you
those
just.
around me? A god of fire.
I think that was pretty much.
Judge
Oh,
of
here we go.
backs, you see. A duty of Mr. Poo-Poo.
I think that line right there, Mr. Poo Poo, like disqualified you. It's like we don't want this guy saying.
Well, his name was
poo-poo.
Mr. Poo Poo.
Yeah, true.
I had a duty. Mr. Poo. It was perfect, dude.
Had a
I had to put
duty.
it in.
Oh my god.
No, you can say I mean, they said no like vulgar language, but it's poo poo, man. Everybody says poo poo.
It's normal. Yeah. It's what we excrete. Poo poo.
Even little kids say poo poo.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What else do we need to watch here? Your
There's so
world
much,
record
man.
fastest firestorm win. I think that's is
yeah.
that still stand or no? Oh, you said new world record here. Oh
Um,
shit.
As far as I know, I think it was like 225 for the total match.
It was full server,
2 minutes
right?
25.
If we get to kill
No, it was 4 other people.
Was this?
I
Is
haven't
this a
found
video?
anybody. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's literally just minutes. Let's see.
Gotta follow them. I need a hot.
New
I haven't
record.
found anybody with a quicker.
Is that all AFK? No, they're waiting for us. Landing in the big pond.
These guys low as shit.
Yeah, 8 others. I mean, 8 alive, so 4 others.
Oh yeah, yeah. There was another one. Yeah, it was like 2 minutes 25 seconds, something like that. Oh,
Yeah, he almost got you there.
oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Oh, you're like on your own over here.
Cause yeah. I just dropped like, or followed one of them so we could like split up and
Oh.
kill them all like the same time.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, some guys out here. Who's watching the Haru? I don't have the Haru video, Smurf.
Lost on.
I'm out of ammo.
All pre-TTK, right? This is from a while ago, I believe, right?
Yeah,
June,
yeah.
June, yeah.
These were the good times.
Victory.
That's gonna be close.
That's cool. I don't remember when they actually like lowered the amount of players that could be active in one game to make it live. I don't know.
That
but
was like, I think it was in the summer.
In the summer. Okay. Bateman got a topic for us? Oh my god. Talk about all the hackers like binary and running. We did a little bit.
Oh
Literally
my
anyone can be
God.
cheating. Even when you think that your best friend. Okay, here's one thing I want to bring up
Yeah.
about Running Silent. He was a supporter of a lot of different streams, right? And he played with
Mhm.
me for like a good month or so, right, on my Discord with my friends, and I always enjoyed playing with Running Silent. And then I hear about your I go at Ender's stream and somebody brings up Running Silent in the chat. I was like, well, everyone knows who that is. And then Enders brings up, I was like, oh yeah, he was a cheater, Crooked caught him. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, I just played with him. Like, he was just messaging me a few days ago. And I watched your stream, Poopy, about him at work because I was so interested in this. And you go through a lot of evidence of him just hacking in Apex all of a sudden. And then later on in a scrim, the one that just was today, where Enders came from, he raided the channel today. There's a big scrim there, a bunch of sweaties, you know? And I guess Running Silent was participating in that. And then all of a sudden, people called him out on it. Enders called him out because he was out fragging literally everybody. And for a lot of different games. And yeah, people called him out, and sure enough, I was expecting him to message me back saying, hey Julian, like, people are accusing me of cheating, you need to be on my side. I didn't cheat. I'm not cheating, right? None of that happened. It was when you and Crooked were confronting him, there was no rebuttal. There was just silence and awkwardness. And then Crooked was like, fuck, he's actually cheating. Like this. I know you said like you like the guy. I like the guy. Like I would think everyone liked him. I sure did. So it was just sad. It was sad to see, you know, sad to hear.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
Yeah,
now.
dude. Like, I mean, just to give like a general my thoughts on that, because I went like way into depth in that. Like, on one of my VODs. But basically, it's like I was really just sad and depressed because like I liked him. I really liked playing with him. Like again, like, and it kind of sucks saying this because like he was actually cheating, but it's always awesome to find a person who is a very competent player, like in all aspects,
Yeah.
but who can also meme and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just weird because like he had all the knowledge of like how to like be in a battle royale, how to play like FPS games.
Yep.
But like he just extended it a little bit to cheat, and it was so hard to catch. Like I've watched a stream before and I didn't even notice it until like when me and Crooked played with them in Apex, and then it was funny because it was New Year's Day, like literally New Year's Day, maybe like an hour for him after midnight, and I think he was just like sick or drunk, and he just had his Apex cheats like on 100%. And I saw, and I was spectating, and I'm like, and I was like, oh fuck, dude. I wasn't thinking at the time that I was gonna call him out, but
Right.
like my stomach just sank, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, I think he's cheating. And then because like I wanted evidence, I wasn't streaming at the time. That's why I didn't like say anything, because like I wanted evidence if he was actually cheating, so that I could be
Oh,
like, first I
sorry.
could confront him, be like, dude, what the fuck you doing? Why you cheating? But then like have something to back it up. But fortunately, Crooked, I
Thank you,
think
Albert.
after the first kill, when we were like, I think when we both felt, because we were both like dead silent for like the first minute of spectating him, probably for the same reason, we were just like, this guy's fucking cheating.
Oh my
But
God.
fortunately, Crooked recorded some of it, and then he was able to send it right after. And then it was just like I was just blown away. I was like, what? And then we went back and watched the VODs of him playing like Firestorm and playing that scrim with Enders and everybody.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God, he's fucking cheating in this too.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, that along with like what Bateman was saying, like Binary used to be Bateman's friend and used to hang around with those dudes.
Oh my God,
and-
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, nobody knew who was cheating
Infiltrating.
until like, until somebody spectated, and it's just like the amount of players that we knew personally who ended up being cheaters and we had played with and were friends with. It's just crazy. Like you wouldn't, like I can really count like dozens of people that we knew firsthand, and even secondhand. Just crazy, dude. You just never know who's cheating.
Yeah, it
like
seems
just
second
a soft
nature.
cheat.
It seems second nature to him because it kind of like you said it was like a toggle of some sort, perhaps.
What was that?
You said it was like it kind of seems like it was second nature to him because it was so fluid and how he toggled. If someone toggles cheats, it seems like they've been doing it for a while. There's no way like you could just start toggling cheats all of a sudden. Like
he was 100% toggling, and the thing was like he wasn't that bad of a player to where he needed to toggle, which makes it even worse because it's that much harder to detect.
You see what Bateman said?
What did he say? Once I found he was hacking, I was like, nah, bro, I'm out of here. Even off me is cheat. Oh yeah.
So 100% like confirmed. Damn, you have that in writing, Bateman? Damn. Because like, who knows? This guy might come back. You know. I don't know.
Binary? Oh yeah.
No,
he was an admitted cheater.
Oh okay. Oh, that's who he's talking about, Bateman.
Yeah. He was talking about Binary.
Gotcha.
But no, I mean, Running didn't have to admit he was cheating. It's pretty obvious. After looking back at it, but it's just crazy. Like somebody could be like a decent player and just toggle, and you'll never know, and you'll
never know.
Possibly never be detected. It's crazy.
I gotta make sure I'm bad so nobody accuses me of anything. Or Bateman, watch yourself, Bateman. We're coming for you, dude. Better watch it. Look out. You too, Vile Nuclear. In your funny looking voice.
Oh yeah. And all the guys that defend the cheaters is just crazy.
Oof.
I don't know that I've ever
defend
because I know like
yeah,
a lot of people that I play with, and I'm sure that you've played with, have been like accusated a lot. I'm not sure if I've ever like really defend its even like running like that. But
I
I
don't
feel
know,
kind of bad
man.
if I did.
If I go back and watch some of my older streams where I was playing with him, I'm pretty sure I remember it said, "Damn, dude, you did so fucking good. Thanks for carrying us." But then next time, I'm like, he's always like right below me in like, you know, kills and points. And he's usually never ahead, but there's those one time or a couple times that just random was like, if it wasn't for you coming in, we would have lost kind of thing. And I don't know.
Yeah.
But it never crossed my mind. It was like, oh yeah, 100%. Otherwise I would have
Yeah.
fucking confronted him like right then and there.
Yeah,
But I
same.
didn't. So, well, it's sad. It's
Yeah,
sad.
maybe
It's-
think back. Because I played Overwatch with him like a couple times, and he played like the character Ash, which is like a mid-range kind of sniper. And I remember him telling me like he was like, "Oh man, I was wrecking. I got like 90% accuracy on scope shots." I was like, that's like fucking godlike. Like, holy.
God, like, yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, it makes sense because he was cheating.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, anybody that kills me is a cheater. You got that right, Vengeance. Definitely.
Dude, I've caught so many cheaters. It's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, one thing I wanted to bring up is a different type of cheating in Firestorm where people would group up. You know what I'm talking about? So that was
Teamer
interesting.
boys.
Teamers, yes.
Yeah, man.
I feel like that's like inevitable in any battle royale game, but with such little like population in Firestorm,
Yeah.
it's like really bad, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It makes it even easier when you have such a small population. Yeah, dude, like it's the worst when you have like people trying to play competitive game who are just like teaming
Right.
against you. It's like okay, it'd be a different thing if it was like if you've ever watched a streamer like Forzen, you remember
Forsen?
back in the PUBG days? Yeah, he played PUBG. But
Mhm.
dude, sometimes you would have servers where there's just like 70 people in a PUBG server
Yes.
out to murder you. But the thing is, like, they would come in and just like have their proxy chat and like blast like different memes through it and just
I
like
love that. That
try to
shit was
road kill
hilarious.
them. So
Same
like,
with Shroud. Same with Shroud.
Yeah. But it was a different type. It wasn't like a competitive teaming and cheating. It was like a meme team. And it was just funny. And a lot of the times the streamer would kind of laugh. And but it's just so much worse in a game like Firestorm where like people are tryharding while cheating. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I've made so mmany videos on that kind of crap, and just because it's so easy, dude. You get footage like every hour of just a different teamer, cheater.
Oh, God.
But it's crazy, man. Like, you accuse these people of doing things, and like even if you catch cheaters, and I've had so many people just like come after me just on that, like either by defending their friend or just by like purely being toxic. It's like, man, as much as I love a couple of people that I've met in the Battlefield community, a lot of it is really toxic. Like, really toxic.
Damn, I remember you confronted those guys on their Discord, or they came into your Discord and just kept running their mouth like a bunch of children.
Yeah.
I was crying, laughing the whole time. I was like, these guys are crazy, man.
Oh yeah, I think that's when like you raided and
Yeah,
you're,
we like
at the exact moment.
What did we stumble upon? Like, what's going on here? But yeah, weird toxicity spreads throughout the Firestorm land. Oh my God, dude. Okay. Well, we've gone on for about 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is insane. Might be a new record here.
Oh my God.
I think that's enough Battlefield talk for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for rating all the new followers. If you guys like this type of programming, if you like the poo-poo, give us a follow on my channel here and on Pewpiepiepewper's stream as well. He streams. He's been playing a lot of Apex with a whole bunch of cool people. So go check him out. All right. Vengeance, we'll check it out later. Okay, man. All right. Thanks. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We're gonna go raid somebody, so stick around. And again, don't forget to follow Pewpiepiepewper. He's a good boy. Not so toxic anymore. So yeah, it's good. Thanks for everybody stopping by. We'll catch y'all next week for a new guest. See you then. If you missed the episode,
thanks for having me too.
yeah, hey, no, for sure, it's been a good conversation. But yeah, if you guys missed it, I'll put it on my YouTube. Go follow YouTube. The link is down below. I'll be editing this down and putting it up there for your viewing pleasure. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Goodbye.